Okay. Yep, we're live. Awesome. What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm super excited about tonight's episode for a number of reasons. Tonight we're going to be talking about low print run. I would say Venom books, but we're just going to kind of talk about a lot of books. But with that being said, we have a lot of low print Venom books to show off. So I am super excited to get into this. I'm very appreciative of Brent for you taking the time to do this and dropping some knowledge on us. I'm very excited to have Jeremy on the show today for the first time. This is Mr. Venomized True Believer, the creator of the King in Black Ink contest. We got Matt, Mr. Gold Label as usual, my boy, and then we got Katie, my girl over here, Symbiotic Reaper. Gary's running a little bit late, but we'll go ahead and we'll just go ahead and run with it. As Jay Denham says, you cannot rush greatness. So one of the books I want to show off right away, I'll go ahead and pull up full screen. Why does it say remove? I don't want to remove. There we go. So, Brett, I'd like to pick your brain about this bad boy right here. Thor issue 5. Thor, God of Thunder, issue 5.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's 5, right? Yes,
One
sir.
in
It's a 1 in
50.
25. A 1 in 50. Correct, Matt. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This thing, I only seen one, which is the one I'm holding in my hand, and I think I've seen one since. This book seems to be extremely, extremely rare. I know Matt's hunting for it.
Oh yeah, it's on the list, bro.
Is
One
that
day.
that's the Jason Aaron series, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So just a little insight about that series in particular. You know, Thor. Well, let's. I'm gonna be frank. Nobody has been breaking down the doors to buy Thor comics before this series came out. Also, Jason Aaron. I mean, this is probably like one of his. I would consider one of his masterpieces that he put
Oh,
together. He's
it's
extremely
a
talented
great story.
writer. So that being said, because Thor through Marvel, the sales have always been lower. The print runs have been a lot lower. Now he's a staple character, so it's never been somebody that Marvel is going to axe off, but for their own marginal reasons, their print runs have always been a lot lower, and especially that series because that came out when mid 2000s, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that the one that you just showed off, and I actually have a Rolodex here that I have. I don't have that book on the Rolodex, but I do have some of the books like Gore's first appearance, etc. I know that was a Sod Ribic cover on that one, but that 1 in 25, I can promise
Oh,
you, I
1 in
would put
50.
that was a 1 in 50.
Yes.
There's guaranteed there's less than 600 copies of that, especially issue 5.
Very nice. I would
Yeah.
assume so. What's up, Jebby? Where you at,
Jeb's in
baby?
the house. Jeez.
Yeah.
The
Jeb,
miss.
if you're free, man, let me know. I'll send you a link. But what were you about to say about the first appearance of Gore? Do you have any intel on the print run of that one? And Matt, do you have one close by to show off?
Oh, I was just waiting for you to say because this guy here.
Here you go.
It's the big brother of the book he just showed off. So this is the Daniel Kuna 1 in 50, number 2, first appearance of Gore. So honestly, I checked census. This is the only signed copy in existence. I don't know how accurate that is, but this particular cover is a ghost. And ever since the MCU news about this movie, like this one is skyrocketed. I mean, the one that Joe just showed by the origin of Gore is also up there, but this one is almost out of reach. I'm so glad I bought it when it released, and I've had it
Yeah.
in a top loader since. And I saw Jason Aaron signing, and here she is, the only signed 9/8. I don't know what the print run is, but
Beautiful. Yeah, definitely less than 350 copies of that one, and I can promise you, Midtown probably had the bulk of those copies
yeah.
because they buy
That's
more
awesome.
than anybody else.
So let's just go ahead and segue if you'd like, Brent. You want to go ahead and talk about the print runs in general and how it is that you're able to obtain these numbers and whatnot, and also whatever type of beers you're drinking tonight. Let's go ahead and talk about them too, because I'm gonna break open some of this Maker's Mark here and have myself a nice little
Yes,
drink.
sir.
Have a nice little sip.
This video is sponsored by 11 Below. It's really not sponsored by, but you never know. I know these guys are watching, so hey, this is for you. I told you I'd do it. Cheers. Hipster Stash. It's a double dry hopped IPA with Mosaic and Citra. These guys are local. They down the street from us. Jumping into the print run. So I'm no stranger to understanding low print books, and I'm going to explain why. Some of you guys may or may not know I'm the former owner of IG Comic Store, which I founded about 6 years ago, and up until last year I sold it, and I stayed on for a little bit and parted. And if you know, you know, and if you don't, well, join the Near Mint Plus group on Facebook, and you can find out why there is some disconnection there. So been collecting since the 90s, and had a friend that worked at the Diamond Distribution. So no internet back then. If you're a 90s, you know, you grew up in the 90s. And there was really no such thing as an exclusive comic. There's no shops doing exclusive except Dynamic Forces, right? Dynamic Forces was the only, they kind of brought that to everybody's attention. And of course, they were working with some of the big artists, even Alex Ross, which nobody can work with because he's just too big. So no retailer can exclude request him through Marvel. He's too big. They won't. He won't do it. They won't approve it, rather. So when I saw them limiting stuff to 6,000, and mind you, you know, I knew copies like X-Men 1, the Jim Lee Scott Williams cover, and Scott, if you're watching, Williams, I told you I'm going to name drop you, man. He knew that was a million copies plus, right? So when I saw 6,000 through Dynamic Forces, and these were Uncanny X-Men exclusives that I'm referring to, I think 345 might have been one. Don't quote me. The Joe Jusko cover. It made me think. So we started talking about it. He's like, "Well, I can tell you who ordered what and how many of what." And I'm not going to name drop this individual, even though he's not in comics, long since been removed from it. But out of respect, I'm not going to name. So moving to 2000, so the 2000 time frame, let's keep in mind that was a very slow period for comics in general. Doesn't matter if it was Marvel or DC, and especially Image, and they were trying everything to bring guys back in to read. And these variants, these ratio variants, you know, that's always been a way to incentivize. That's why they're called incentive variants, incentive ratio variants. And so issues like the Thunderbolts, which I see that 9/8 sketch that you have back there. The series sucked. You know, I'm just sorry, Steve Dillon. It sucked. But the team is awesome. The team was awesome. That was like, besides Uncanny X-Force, is one of the coolest teams that was forged together.
Oh yeah.
As a result of low sales, very low print runs, and because I was buying all these up, I wanted to know how many shops was ordering. Like how many copies were ordered of this? Because that's how many Marvel would print, and then Diamond would also print a percentage over that for damages. Go figure, right? Because Diamonds, they know how to ship perfect book. Not. So it's we all know this is definitely no true, and I don't care what they. I mean, I'm not. Hey.
Yep. Never correct.
A lot of the books that I had, and I started posting them on IG Comic Store years ago. Man, these books were on nobody's radar, but there are books that I accumulated over the years, and I knew these things were ultra limited, so I saw the value. But there's a formula for that as well. You know, the artist obviously plays a role in that. That Venom 1 in 100 sketch, you know, Walt Simonson, legendary artist, or that other Thunderbolts issue 20, the 1 in 50 by Phil Noto, which also has a sketch to that as well. And yeah, man, dude, that's fire. Oh, wow. Signed by the man himself. So, I mean, that might be the only one signed, actually.
Definitely. It has to be.
Not that for me, because I dried the market up on a lot of these books intent, by the way, and not to gouge market. Oh man, you even got the color one, dude.
Yeah, he signed both for me.
So a lot of these, I would even sometimes let go auction style on eBay so the market could dictate what the value was of that book, even though I did sell them through IG Comic Store. But the cool thing about it is I was able to build a relationship with somebody that I originally thought was a schmuck, and it turned out great because it benefited me. I was able to have an edge on the market in understanding these variants. Now, it just because a variant had a low print, I didn't go after it. Again, like I mentioned, there was a formula involved. The artist, it had to be somebody that the cover had to look hot, and it had to be something that I at least I felt that others would like and appreciate. And that Walt Simonson cover is a prime example. The Phil Noto Thunderbolts 150 or 1/100 is another, and I'm just using Thunderbolts for an example because that stupid low print's probably some of the lowest that were ever produced, but it's because of the series. It didn't sell well. So,
and speaking of that Walt Simonson, you actually sold this to me during Instagram Comic Store. And I'm telling you now, anybody that's watching, check out Comics Nirvana. Look in the description. The links to everyone's Instagrams there. But he occasionally sells books that are listed as near mint. And when he says near mint, this is proof. I sent it straight to CGC with no press. And like, Matt, you were saying you might be the only one in existence with it signed. I might be the only one in existence with this the original Venom label. But thanks to you, I have a freaking ghost. So definitely check it out.
Definitely appreciate that. I can say, and with this is factual information, I've produced more 9/8 than anybody. Doesn't matter the comic shop.
It's incredible.
But it was trial and error. It's not something I learned overnight. Trial and error, and of course I pre-screen everything as well. But my average is very high. So out of 25, maybe 1 or 2 don't hit. But I'm glad that yours did, man. Thank you, brother. I genuinely appreciate your support.
No problem, man. Your account was one of the first accounts. Hey, cheers, brother. It was one of the first accounts that I came across.
Let's go inside my house real quick. Let me show you my collection. I'm just playing.
Yeah, the little hole in the hill right there. Hell yeah, the real vault. But no, your account, you regularly posted books all the time, and it was just like someone would bring back the nostalgia. Like, man, I forgot about this, and then other ones just like, I've never seen this before. And that's a comment I used to regularly see on my posts, and I felt like I was putting it on yours all the time. Okay, look at this. Look at this, Matt.
Oh,
bro,
I'm just organizing real.
Look at this.
That's right. So it's funny, right? But early McFarlane cover.
Todd McFarlane.
Very early, by the way. Very, very early. And this is presented in a comic clear board. I told Mr. Steve Oaklish I would definitely name drop that. So you can see the back. This is obviously, man, hold on a second. I'm not used to this camera. There we go. This is near mint plus. You know how I do it. And so very hard book to find in this condition, but really cool because the print run is like stupid low on these things. I mean, look at this guy. It's a carrot with a suit. Flaming carrot, might I add. But the reason why I love to cover it, guys, the Ninja Turtles.
Hold that a little bit closer.
That's awesome.
Yeah, check it out. It's McFarlane Ninja Turtles. That's a McFarlane cover.
That's crazy.
And it's from Dark Horse.
Dark Horse. Hell yeah.
That's wild.
Love it.
I see. Like I said, I did not know this existed.
So I don't have a bunch of stuff like this, but the only reason I have this is because of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I grew up with them in the 80s, and I'm a fan. I am. I'm a fan of McFarlane, and this is a book that either you're going to find if you're a Turtles fan or you're a McFarlane nut and have to own everything that McFarlane has produced. But very early artwork right here with an extremely low print run and even harder to find in near mint condition, which when I say that, that's usually classified as a 9/8.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and you know what? When I vouch for it. I guarantee if you were to send it to CGC, it's a 9.8. You definitely have an incredible eye for when it comes to the grading. And also, that reminds me, I definitely want to shout out No More Mutants for giving us a repost earlier today or yesterday. Definitely appreciate you guys.
Good people,
Let's see.
man. It's good, real good people.
Yeah, that was really awesome. I definitely appreciate it. Okay,
Speaking
so
of
yeah, here you
McFarlane, I
go.
wanted to kind of.
Yeah, this is my
Who's
best
speaking?
friend. My
Cool.
best
Hardy,
friend
yeah.
right here, Barry Hardy.
All right.
Yep, he got one of the Tan Thunderbolts variants from IG Comics, and it was squeaky clean. Absolutely, absolutely. Full circle too.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Matt.
No, I was gonna ask a question about this book because I feel like this is one of the high incentive variants that was probably one of the lowest prints at the time because exclusives didn't really weren't big at the time, and there was a big dispute with Marvel and McFarlane, and he wouldn't sign it, and I don't know if you have any more information on this one, Brent, but I know this is an absolute ghost at this point, just because they had only printed 1,000, and for issue one, this wasn't when Venom was what it is now. It wasn't as popular. It was back in 2017. Mike Costa wrote this storyline.
Lee
I
Price.
definitely have some info on that. Sorry, go. I'm sorry, Joseph. I didn't mean to cut you off, man.
Yeah,
You're
first
good.
Lee Price. That's what he's saying.
Yeah,
First
that's all I was
appearance.
saying. Is a first Lee Price.
That particular issue under 700 copies. So it actually did have more copies, and it's because there were several retailers that did do exclusives. And if it's, can I name drop any shops or you don't want?
Yeah, yeah, you can name drop shops.
So Frankie's, the Delato, which was really nice, really cool. That was just one of them, just an example. And there was a Crane exclusive that I'm not going to mention the shop's name because I don't want to. And the issue with this one though is it was circulated poorly, very poorly circulated, Diamond, and as a result, not many 9.8s, man, not many 9.8s at all.
Yeah.
And that was the early remastered variants that came to light. So before they started doing Jim Lee, the Tom McFarlane, which those are mainly the two that they remastered because they saved all those art. Marvel saved all the art, and that's a whole nother conversation that I can tell you because I dealt directly with the agents and forged relationships with them and lots of deep conversations about that. But that one was one of the first ones that kind of kicked it off. And yeah, man, he was mad, and he had every reason to be mad because he paid royalties on that stuff. But it doesn't matter, Todd. We still want you back at Marvel, man. We're tired of seeing Spawn. Come on.
Right.
Preach that, man.
I'm actually shocked at this point they haven't come across like some sort of deal where, all right, I'll do a new Venom cover. Like, I'm literally surprised.
You talking about for Todd?
For Todd.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a pride thing. It's a pride thing at this point.
I know, but he felt that way with Stan.
He don't care about the money. Unless they're gonna fund his new Spawn movie, he don't care.
What's funny is when he does these live drawings, who's he drawing?
Venom.
Man.
That's yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
His fans
he still loves it.
See that. I want to see Spawn. And Todd, I love you, man. I love you if you're watching, but stop it. Come back. We want you back, and I want to see how it's evolved. The Marvel Comics Presents, how he did Spider-Man with X-Men. We got to see some X-Men stuff. I want to see more of that. How has it evolved to now? I bet his Wolverine looks really cool.
Especially if you
want to see more of these.
Ooh.
Yes.
Let's bring that up.
Yes.
Bring that up. Yep.
It's the good stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
Bring it back.
Reused artwork. This is reused artwork from back in the day, and it looks great. Just imagine if he took the time and actually drew Venom.
I wish he would.
It's evolved. He's evolved. Everything he's done has evolved, and it's let's face it. And I'm just gonna say, and again, Todd, I love you. In case you ever watch this, the story sucks. It just sucks. It's trash. The art is amazing, though. It's amazing. Let's face it, Todd.
Yeah, the story lost me too. Once they killed off Violator and changed him all up, and now he's like a gigantic, like overweight. I'm
not alone. I'm not alone when I say that, man. Like, I have read some hate blogs and stuff of this current Spawn. Like, the story just doesn't.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Come back
I
to
don't know. I don't know. You know, Spawn was on a path to take over the world. It could have overcame Marvel, and then somewhere along the lines, I don't know, it got all Hollywood. But let's bring it back for a second, gentlemen. We were talking about this earlier, and I'm gonna pull up full screen, and then we'll start going around. We'll just start showing off some of our lower, harder to find Venom books. But this one right here, Brent, you were talking about. Okay, if you could you say out loud the estimate print run of this bad boy?
So this was the lowest print run for this series, and man, in terms of ratio variance, might even be one of the lowest. Period, man. This bad boy is under 100 copies,
That's
and
awesome.
this was the last issue of Thunderbolts 2? It might have been, or there might have been 3 more issues.
Yeah, I think there was a few more issues before it ended, and there was no other ratios after that one. That was it, I believe.
So, or even cover B variants, which is a non-ratio order all you want type variant. It's because the series it didn't do well. But that one in particular, because it was also towards the end, and everybody was just kind of like, let's shovel it on out of here, man. Let's get it on out and move on to the next. A lot of retailers didn't order. You got to think about this. That was a 1 in 50, I believe, right?
Yes. Yep.
So these retailers had to order 50 copies just to get one. But if it isn't selling, why would a small shop order 50 copies?
Yep.
Guaranteed they didn't have
Exactly.
customers like, why didn't you order this? Blah. If they did, they wanted that variant. And that's the truth.
Yep.
That's why they created these incentive ratio variants again. And that's early JTC, which I love because, man, that guy is just really talented.
Yeah, he is. Absolutely. I totally agree. That's one of the better covers that he did. I think I still got it in the box up 2012 Venom variant that he did. While we got a couple people in here, Brent, do you happen to have any comics sitting around? Let's do a giveaway. We forgot to bring that up. We're going to be doing giveaways here. And the last giveaway will be like a grand prize. So let's see. Let's bring up Venom Lethal Protector issue 5, I believe it is, right? And this is the question. The first person who can answer this live in the chat wins this comic. Mouth pokes for the win. So let's hear it, guys. Here's the question. Who destroyed the Life Foundation? Who physically blew up the Life Foundation? Whoever's got the answer wins this comic. And while we're looking at it, what's up, Katie? What's up, Jeremy? You guys are awfully quiet. Just chilling.
I'm just doing a lot of learning today, man. You know, I'm not on the same level of low print runs. I have a couple that I have questions about tonight, just because I'm curious. But you know, a lot of learning in the symbiote world.
Oh yeah. Well, dude, I'm down to talk about anything. Maybe if you even have exclusives that have low prints, because I do have one exclusive that is extremely low print that I will talk about. All right, well, we don't have no answers in the comments here, so let's get another question. I'll change the question up. All right, what is this the first appearance of? That's all you got. All you got to do is answer that question. Let's get this question out of here.
There's multiple right answers.
This is the first appearance book, and what is it?
If you're in the Near End Plus group and you don't get this right, you're fired.
You're fired. You're
Logan. Logan, he answered the actual question. Carlton Drake. Logan, congratulations, man. This book is now yours. You're also going to get a little 3-pack of Symbiote Elite stickers, all that good jazz. Send me your address, or if you happen to be one of Brent's followers or whatnot, send him your address. Either one of us. Hit us up, man. We'll get it sent to you afterwards.
I actually have his info already.
Excellent.
And You're good, brother. I got you. I'm gonna write down the name and attach this. So, good job.
Oh yeah.
That book in the 9.8 is it's on the rise too. Good
Good time.
giveaway.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that book is definitely high grade. So Jeremy, let's go ahead, man. Let's get it popping, son. Let's get the
All right.
conversation rolling.
So I
Give us
wasn't
something
really
juicy.
I wasn't really able to find a lot of information, but that's where I was hoping Brent would help us out with this one real quick. So this I know was fairly low print as far as the research that I've done. So was Symbiote Spider-Man 1. The first cover, Carnage Queen, I think is what it is. Do you have any info? All I could find was that it was like a Comic-Con or something. It was an exclusive of some sort.
What does it say on the title above the barcode?
Limited edition Virgin edition.
I'm sorry, one more time.
Limited edition Virgin edition.
Okay, so that was a con exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. Usually on con exclusives like that, and it looks familiar to me. That's either was 1,000 copies or 3,000 copies, and I don't have a definitive answer, but I do know that was one of the only, if not, or one of the few, if not the only, that did not go by what you had to buy from Marvel. That doesn't mean, though, that this book is you're able to easily achieve it in a 9.8 either. And truth be told, I'm not super familiar with this cover other than seeing it, other than that. But I know it's a con exclusive. So, let's say it's either 1,000. So I say 1,000 because if there was a trade dress version of it, that's 3,000. And in order to do a Virgin, a retailer has to buy 1,000 copies, a minimum 1,000. So I'm inclined to say that's 1,000. Was limited to 1,000 copies.
Nice.
Which is still low.
That's what I was finding online as well, as far as like estimates and stuff, just because of the same information, right? If it's a con exclusive, then it's going to be something along those lines. But I wasn't sure. There's not too much information out there, especially for print runs. So I'm glad we have you tonight.
Yeah, no, beautiful cover, brother. Beautiful.
And that reminds me, Katie, do you have the Dale Kawan exclusive sitting close by still?
I am not sure.
It was in your rack for a little bit, but there are instances. Sometimes the exclusives will get damaged, and that will also make the print run become a little bit lower. Because sometimes the shops will actually go out and they'll get it fixed. They'll email Diamond or whoever and try and get them reprinted. And other times I've seen shops get damaged print runs and just be like, screw it, and just for sale.
I'm not sure where it is right now. I reshuffled everything like a week or two ago.
Yeah, it was an Arkham Con exclusive.
It was a con exclusive, but it's got a print number on it. It was San Diego Comic-Con with Mondo. So it's
1001. Is that what that says?
Yeah.
Cool. That is one of the things that when it comes to exclusives, like the very, very low printed ones are kind of intriguing to me. And that I'm gonna just go ahead and bring this up. And Matt, I'm pretty sure I got this from you, brother. I think I did.
Yeah, I think it did when I was dumping all my exclusives. I think I said that when you were away.
That's one of my favorites. Absolutely.
It's supposedly there's only I think 50 or less of those. It's that metal cover, right?
Yeah, it's the metal Venom issue 18 Tyler Kirkham exclusive. It's a metal plate cover, and it's only 50 copies. This is the lowest Venom exclusive ever out of this entire case. This is an actual comic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Let me tell you the
one from Tyler, but they wouldn't grade it. CGC sent them all back.
Yeah,
there's a problem. Is when they tried to seal it in the slabs, it was cracking the plastic. So they were not grading them. And on top of that, when he tried to sign it, it was smear all over the metal. So it it was such a pretty cover, but you couldn't grade it, you couldn't get it signed. That's why there's almost none of them out there. But it's a really nice shine to it. Oh, it's pretty, man.
It is pretty, and just that was one of the exclusives. I was like, you know what? It's an obscure kind of rarity, really, and there's not a lot of them.
Yeah.
I kind of want one. And then, yeah, you were just like, all right, there's too many exclusives. I'm selling them all. And you posted that one, and I was like, hey,
yeah,
I'll buy it.
There you go.
Certain covers like that are metal, CGC won't grade, and there was a Lady Death variant. It was another exclusive. It had jewels on the cover. I don't know if that rings a bell to anybody or not. I almost want to say it was a Michael Turner, just old art they brought back, but it was white. It was like pearlescent white. It had jewels on the cover. They wouldn't grade that either. And it has to do also with the acrylic on the case. And when they put that acrylic against that metal, those oil spots that everybody hates, those oil looking
like the Newton rings.
Yeah,
yep.
Newton rings.
It creates that. And it's because there's not enough depth, even with the thick cases, for it not to have it. It's going to touch. And especially metal. It says, but I've actually, I didn't know that was a comic. I thought that was a print. That's cool.
Yeah, I saw it at Baltimore Comic Con one year. It was just when it came out. Guy won it like $120 or something like that, but he had it sitting on a thing, and there's just one. And I was like, wow. He had like this huge sign, like with glowing lights, like metal cover right here. Look, everybody. I was like, let me see that. He handed it to me, and it was like, this is an actual book. It's crazy. The metal plate is used. They use some sort of adhesive to the actual book, so it's like it looks kind of strange. I'm not going to get all into it, but it looks kind of strange, but it works. It's a metal.
So I'll say this: I can tell you that Marvel did not produce that. They will not produce anything foiled.
I don't know how they did this.
I've tried, man. And I know these guys, and I've tried, and they won't do it. This was custom. It had to be custom, but that makes it even cooler, man. Like
that's why they're only 50, right?
Yeah, I know that it makes the very heavy. So when you open it, it's still attached to the paper at the staples, but it's still it's on there like it's glued.
That's completely custom, brother, and that's cool. And we can always ask Tyler as well, and he'll tell us. But that was custom, and to me, that makes it even cooler because the binding looks perfect. That's cool.
This is like 9.9 potential, man. It's crazy.
I mean,
how can you grade metal? That's crazy.
Theoretical grade, right?
Graded. I'm gonna have to make a grading company just to get that graded, man.
Yeah, this is 10 Gen.
It almost makes me want to do something. That's cool.
I think Kirkham was selling it on his site and everything, and then it said on their comic spot. I've never heard of them before or since. I don't know what
I
the
bought
deal.
mine directly from Tyler when he was selling them.
Yeah, it's extremely low print. That's what made me like, you know what? I kind of want one. That like if you collect grade, what's that?
You got it on his website?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's not like some custom underground artist did it. It was actual. I don't know how they did it, dude. And the print run, that's what boggles my mind. Like, oh yeah, there's only 50. Oh, I'm gonna dig up another book because me and both seen this a while ago, and both of us were like, "Yo, we're getting it," and we kind of got duped, but we ended up with a cool, I guess, book.
But, I know what you pull out. It's gonna make me angry too.
Yep.
But
yeah, if anybody,
some low print stuff.
Take it, Matt.
These are kind of odd because this is when they usually Marvel does 1 in 25s, 1 in 50, 1 in 100s, but they did 1 in 30s for the Remender Venom run, and these are ghosts now too, especially this guy here, 22. You just don't see it anywhere for sale, so I was reluctant to get this one recently, and then the Ramos one just got signed. So these are very, very low print runs to my knowledge. Hard Venom books.
very, very low prints on those as well, and not as low as the Thunderbolt stuff, but under 700 copies. The thing about it is with those, the Agent, because only Agent Venom series that's existed, and it was Remender that wrote it, and it was actually a really good series in my own opinion.
I loved it.
Collectors they're keeping these things. They're not flipping them. You're starting to see that more and more, especially, I mean, guys are catching on. You know, we live in an age where information is prevalent to everybody. And so most know those have low prints, and, you know, you can hop on eBay or whatever and try and search for it. And if you don't see any, you know, that's usually a indication that it's also like low print. But most of these guys are keeping them. They're not selling them. So the fact that you got both of those is pretty cool, because at one time I had like 20 of each of them, man, and I don't have any. I sold through those ones. So
yeah,
they're worth quite a bit now.
Yeah, I'm still looking for the one.
They absolutely are books that once people get them, they get locked in the vault. They stay in a collection. But let's break it down, Matt. Matt, I'm just gonna let you do the talking.
Oh my God! So this was one of those mystery books. So it just popped up on someone's Facebook post, and they were like extremely rare Venom variant, con exclusive. Then they had some ridiculous price tag on it for sale, and I'm like, oh my God, I've never seen this. Joe Rubinstein's art's amazing. Like, I gotta find this thing. So I started hunting and hunting. It's nowhere to be found. The guy that's selling it on Facebook Marketplace is asking some ridiculous like $250 price tag or something. So then I can't find it anywhere, and it's frustrating as hell. So I end up emailing the administrator of Imperial Valley Comic-Con and asking them, hey, this book was at your con. Do you guys happen to have any leftovers from the event? Because it was a very small Comic-Con. And he's like, you know what? I think I do. Let me double check. He's like, I have 2 left. And I was like, what the hell do you want for it? And he's like, I think he said, I want $70 per copy. And I was like, you know what? I really don't care at this point. Nobody has it. I'm buying it. So I bought both his copies. And then I obviously immediately hit up Joe, and I was like, Joe, I found it. You're like the pinnacle of Venom books. I gotta get this to my man. And I was like, you know, just shoot me something, or we'll make a trade. And we ended up coming to agreement, and I sent it to him. I never even took it out the sleeve, and sure enough, he takes it out the sleeve and he opens it, and it's like inside is a bunch of indie like coloring book pages.
Yeah.
It's not even a comic book.
Nothing Venom. It's literally some sort of it's Imperial Valley Comic-Con 2019 book. It's limited to 50 copies. Yeah, it says right on there, limited to 50. But the guy that Matt was referring to, because I seen it too, was straight up like, oh, this is for the Donny Cates series, because it came out at the same time that issue 2 was coming out. This thing popped up. So me and Matt were just like foaming at the mouth, like, we gotta get these things. There's
we gotta find it.
We got them. It was just like, bro, we just got duped, man. And the funny thing is, Joe Rubinstein is not the original artist of that artwork. It's a recreation of someone else's. Yeah, it's a recreation of someone else's, and that artist actually reached out to me and was just like, hold on, where the hell did you find this? And I was just like, from this place right here, buddy. Keep it moving, though. It's cool. It's like, limited to 50. Yeah, you're like, here's all the information you need, bro. I'm stepping out. I'm stepping out.
But and that was from a Comic-Con?
Yeah, yes, Imperial Valley Comic-Con.
Imperial Valley Comic-Con 2019.
Somebody needs to get fired, man. Well, I mean, besides lying about it and forgery, that's actually pretty. I'm talking federal offense here, man. That's
pretty messed up. Pretty messed up. The original artist was not happy. I feel it's
that other guy on Facebook Marketplace, man. He needs to get kicked in the nuts, man. That's like, you just don't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, man. Like I said,
does the federal offense raise the value, or?
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying?
Question. I wish I had an answer. But it's a cool cover. It looks cool. It looks awesome, even though it's not Rubinstein, but still looks awesome. It looks like some kind of like Mentena or something. It looks like a Francisco Mentena cover almost.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty slick. It is what it is. There's a lot of weird stuff involved in the whole. It's just weird, but hey, me and
Is
Matt
it
now have this
like
in our collection. Who the fuck else has this?
What's the
Nobody.
binding on it? It looks like a bike chain.
Oh, it's just
It's supposed to be like a picture frame. Yeah.
yeah, it's just on the paper.
But
It's nothing.
what's funny is when I first got it, I immediately, because I need to get all my books signed that I think are my favorite covers, and I immediately I went on IG and I messaged Joe Rubenstein. I was like, I found this book. Do you mind signing it if I mail it to you? And he was like, yeah, no problem. I would love to, And I didn't even know that it wasn't his art at the time. And then Joe said that, and I was like, I'm not getting that signed by this man that stole his art. Like, why would I do that? But he was very open to signing it and sending off CGC for me and paying the fee. And I was like, I'm so glad I didn't send it because I was like, this is not cool. I mean, I love Joe Rubenstein art. He's one of my favorite Thanos artists of all time.
He's cool people, man. He's cool people. Yeah,
but,
he's fun.
He's never done Venom, and when I saw that, I was like, oh, this book I gotta have, But it's not a book. It's advertisement for indie comics.
Yeah. But regardless, it's cool. And like Jeremy was saying, you would have got more thug points if you got it signed by him. It'd be worth more.
I did see one signed copy on eBay, and he was asking like $2,000. I think I screenshotted you and sent it your way. It's ridiculous. But knowing the history behind it, it's funny. It's laughable now.
That is ridiculous. So let's go ahead and point this out, and then I guess we'll do another giveaway, Brett, if you want to. We got 10 people in the chat right now. We're at 41 minutes, so we'll just point this out. We'll point this out. So Venom Space Knight issue 13, I believe. Yes, this is the final issue of this series. So this book, first print nice. There was only one cover, just this. I think I read it on Comic Book Investment. There's a couple websites that do occasionally come out that they'll show you like, oh, this book was printed this many times and distributed to these stores. And this one is estimated at being at 14,000. And that makes that the lowest like Venom in continuity, like non-ratio and all that. This is one of the lowest printed Venom books. 14,000 copies. And that was right at the cancellation, which segues me to this. What's that?
I would argue to say that it might be lower than that, man.
It definitely is.
That was one of the Venom series that nobody was like interested in. I think that had to do with some interior art and the writing.
Yeah, let me block this bullshit.
Again, my own opinion. Sorry if I sound harsh. I'm usually not.
No, you're good, bro. I'm agreeing with you, and I'm gonna segue to this because it's the same situation. So we got Scream. Which one was this? Curse of Carnage. Yeah, Scream: Curse of Carnage, issue 5. This is the one getting. I believe it's a 1 in 25. This series wasn't doing well either, and things happened, so this ended up getting canceled, and this barely got released. Yo, what is up, Super Power Review? What's up, man? I was watching you guys earlier on What's That Comic Book. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Yeah, but this right here, somebody somewhere online said something along the lines of, oh yeah, I think I heard that this book, there's only 32 copies of this ratio that made it out. And I feel like that's an extremely low number, but it just kind of made me go on a little mission. Like I bought one, I saw another 2 for a good price, I bought them 2, and then I seen another one and I bought that. And now I'm only seeing like 4 or 5. If you look on eBay, there's not many on there at all. And I kind of wanted to say something to you guys. They're decently priced. If you don't have them, pick them up. And let's see if anything else pops up. And if they don't, I would think that these are extremely rare. There's a CGC 8.5 on eBay right now for like $60. And then like 2 or 3 raw copies.
There was like 3 or maybe 4 retailers that did exclusives for that issue. I'm sorry, is that issue 1?
This is issue 4. This is right when it canceled. The 2 issues after this got dropped and they released them digitally. So this barely got released. This one almost got canceled.
And
so
sadly,
it's extremely low.
I don't have any info on that one, but I do know that the series was kind of a bomb, if you will, and it definitely fell off in the end. So yeah, I mean, if retailers aren't selling it, they're not ordering it. It's very possible that it does have. Man, that's a bold claim of 30-something copies, but
it was
possible, man. It's possible it sucked so hard that it just. Sometimes there's retailers that they'll order the books just to get the ratio variance. You want to know how I know that? Because I've done it, and it's the truth. Yep. I told you I would let it all hang out, and it is the truth. But that's good to know. I mean, sounds like you need to hang on to that one.
Oh yeah, that's a book I do not see get posted much at all. And like I said, if you Juan Gidding.
Juan Gidding. Great artist.
Yeah, my boy Brian Parker, I believe he's the one that has it. He got a signed remark by him. So the actual cover, she doesn't have a mouth, and Juan actually put like a little mouth on it, and it's one of the coolest looking things I've ever seen. Which makes you think, like, damn, why didn't you just put that on there? Which still, I like this cover a lot. But yeah, Brian Parker's got a really nice one. Let's see. All right.
I see a really rare cover behind you, which is that Superior Carnage Marco.
I did want to ask you about that because there was no exclusives at this time. My boy Barry Hardy, that's in the chat right here, actually. When I was living in Florida, I could not find this book day of release. And then at the time, Baltimore Comic-Con was happening back home, and he had gone there and he searched everywhere. And at the last stop, he finally found it for $20. So thank you forever, Barry. That is my all-time favorite Carnage cover.
That was a cool story.
It was. They did really good with it. That was one of the story. They had the Claw. They had what was it? I keep forgetting his name. The wizard. It was like weird, obscure characters, but it worked so well, and it was so vicious, just so bloody. But my God, I just love this thing.
Very low print, man. Under 200 copies of that one.
Wow. I have a roll too.
Print.
This is one of those books. It was. It really was. I don't know. I thought it was great when I read the first issue and the symbiote just went wild and started killing everyone in the prison, and they were actually shot. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be good." And it was so good that when I saw the wizard, I didn't even care.
The interior was good. The interior art was good. I don't even remember who did the interior art, but it was good.
Yes, it was savagery. Absolute savagery. If you've never read that series, like, definitely check it out. Definitely savage. And yeah, Jed brings up a good point. Space Knight, all their ratio variants, again, there was no exclusives attached to none of them. A lot of them are super rare. Super rare.
Appreciate that, man, Joe.
What's that?
He just sent me a couple of those.
What's that?
Ooh, the Sandoval.
Those Space Knight variants.
Oh yes, yeah, bro. They don't have to forget all about that. Yeah.
That's the best one from the series. The Geraldo Sandoval.
Sandoval, so good.
Yeah, Sandoval, there you go. Sorry,
that
brother.
I butchered that. That put him on the map. That put him on the map.
Seriously. That is a very hard to find book nowadays.
All right, well, hey, let's. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Cover A's, the Venom series, the Lee Price series, I think, like just regular cover A's, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he did.
Sandoval, and they were good, like really good.
Brand new.
The second he did that cover,
it was stunning.
Yeah, the second he did that cover, they pretty much they were using him for all the covers. He did issue 150, The Return of Eddie Brock, all of it. So let's see. I'm gonna call out a book to you, Brett. We still got people up in here, so let's where's that? 379, ASM 379, if you got that one by you.
379.
And then this is the question. Yes, sir. So hold it down, hold it down, hold it down, hold it down. I don't want people to see the number.
See the answer.
Yeah, you got to cover the number at the top of the screen. Or the book, I'm sorry.
Which part it is.
Yeah, where it says Maximum Carnage Part blank of 14. What's up, Tristan? All right, y'all. So now I'm gonna go ahead and bring you up. This is a free giveaway. This is the second one we're doing, and the question is at the bottom of the screen: Maximum Carnage Part blank of 14. The first person to answer that correctly wins this book and some stickers.
That Bagley art is stunning.
Yeah. We got some answers going already, but it's not it. Wait a minute. There it is. Barry Hardy,
nice.
my boy got it. And Logan, he had the same answer, but close, man. Barry Hardy, what's up, bro? I got all his information too, Brent. Like I said in my last video, guys, I got all your addresses. All right. That's what's up. Awesome, guys. Congratulations, Barry. This is yours, part 7 of 14. Artwork by Mark Bagley, and it is in near mint condition. Coming from Brent himself, this thing is going to glisten like a diamond, baby. Put them
solid
sunglasses
9/8 on. Right. Solid 9/8 candidate right here.
Yes, sir. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, we're 2 giveaways down. Let me go ahead and get this question out here. We still don't have Gary, so I guess for the next few minutes, we'll just let this banner ride out. So, does anybody have any other rare books that they would just like to point out? We don't even have to get estimated print runs. Just show us books that you think might be low. Ooh, what do you got, Katie?
So this
one
was put out. It's a Mayhew homage cover, but they had supposedly destroyed anything that wasn't part of the 300 9.8 graded copies. See the text at the top.
Comic Mint, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the cool thing about CBCS is they would do that for the Comic Mint, and Comic Mint's actually the only retailer that was smart enough to reach out to CBCS and tell them what they were doing, and CBCS was cool enough to do it for them. And so these are special for that very reason.
You know, when they do these ultra low. Yeah, when they do these ultra low ones, I kind of like it. Me and Matt both have a Clayton Crane exclusive that was CCS graded 9.8 that we now have CGC graded 9.8s. Woo, baby! Here you go, Katie from Kelsey. He loves that spinner rack too. That is awesome, man.
I love my spinner.
Some of the first ever Venom comics I bought was in a Rite Aid, and they were on one of those with like all kinds of other stuff. I miss those days, man. Mm-hmm. What about this one, Brent? Let's see if
wow.
Yes, sir.
That's a Rivera cover.
Yes, sir. It's the Spider-Man in Motion, I believe.
What issue is that?
This is Wolverine issue 308. It is a Spider-Man in Motion, like the 50 years of Spider-Man, a variant cover. I think this is a ratio. I cannot remember.
It's 125, volume 4, I believe. Or if it's not volume 4, it's volume 5.
They have a Daredevil matching one, but that one's better. I like the Carnage.
This was the first ever variant cover I bought off of eBay way back in 2012. I was just looking for Carnage covers. Around that time, 2012, is when I really started focusing, like, all right, I'm going to start trying to collect all the Symbiote stuff, and that was the first like variant I seen where I'm like, why is it Wolverine with Carnage on the cover? This is crazy. That was my introduction to variants, so I bought it for like $15 or something like that, and now that thing has dried up. I rarely, when I do, it commands a price.
So when they started doing these variants where they were they spread across every title, but there was a common theme. You know, what kickstarted that was the Venom variants. And this is when the Venom variants were like 1-in-50 or 1-in-25 ratio. Ultra low print runs, but it was to ignite Venom. It was to bring attention to Venom. So they were coming out, they gathered all these hot artists to do these Paul Renaud created his Mona Lisa Uncanny X-Force issue 20. It hands down, like still is, in my opinion, the nicest cover that he's done to date. But many covers, like the I saw it. I don't know who had it, but the Iron Man Venom line cover. I just saw it. Somebody had it.
That's this boy. That's this dude right here.
There it is. Yeah. So that's like probably one of two, or I think one of three 9.8 signed ones. Book is impossible almost to find in a 9.8. I produced two of them, but they were blue labels. But under
This is done by
Larry
Stroman.
You think there's under 130 copies?
I know so, because I verified that. So it's under, yeah. I mean, because this series didn't do very well. But what's cool here is Larry Stroman. Larry Stroman did this cover. This is the guy, by the way, who created the new X Factor, the new Team X Factor, which I believe was issue 75, X Factor 75, when he introduced the new team. And, you know, Strong Guy, the character, Guido, it's Larry Stroman. Some people don't know that. Some do.
Yeah, and dude, it's so impressive. That series, okay. As a matter of fact, you're blowing my mind. So I did a video on my Instagram a long time ago, and I did my notes, I did my estimates. I looked up a website that gave me the actual print amounts of the first prints, and I was able to estimate from there. So for the Iron Man, it came out to 35,159, and when you estimated 1 in 50, it said 703. So if it's way lower than that, then
so
I need to sit down with you one day, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
Keep this in mind. So a lot of guys do that. I did that in the very beginning. It's 35,000, right? You want to know how many comic book shops there are in the world?
Exactly, and they're not all ordering 50. So
exactly. So we're talking 20,000 comic book shops, including your online retailers at that time that don't have a storefront, like myself, that were just online only, strictly online, and they're not ordering big. They're maybe 10, 20, you know, they're trying to get going. So it's a very you can't calculate the ratios like that. I know some guys think that way, but it's not true. And I promise you, if you know me, you know it's not true. That one, man, dude, that whole series has stupid low prints, man. Secret Avengers. It was such a good freaking series, man. Like, super good series. Like Moon Knight. You know what I mean? This is where we get a glimpse of Mr. Moon Knight. By the way, I don't. Yeah, just I'm getting off subject there, but man, yeah. So I mean, anything that was, man, that and the Mary Jane are the grail, and actually that, and they're all kind of grails, I guess, right?
They are all grails. I would say as Venom collections, they are the absolute grails. And this one,
that's got
with
the
my
lowest. Journey to Mystery is the lowest one out of all of them. That's the lowest one out of all of them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my
under 60
my
copies.
journey is currently
Hold up.
Stephanie Hahn now.
Hold up. Let's hear that clear again. Say that again, Brett.
The Journey to Mystery, because nobody was buying that crap, man. Like the storyline sucked. Nobody cared, and this stuff was just overlooked. It was just overlooked. Under 60 copies, though. Under 60 copies.
60.
And that's a fact.
Wow.
It's a fact. It's the rarest one out of all of them. It's the most overlooked one. There's nothing key about this issue except it's really low print and it looks awesome.
And it's a Stephanie Hans cover.
And it's early Stephanie Hans, by the way. Early work before anybody knew who she really was.
Exactly.
Note.
And look how clever she was. You see how that looks like blood? It's not. If you actually see this in person, it's the hair under the water. Look here. You see how that looks like a severed leg? It's not. If you look close, you can see there's an outline of a body under the water. And I used to always remember seeing this and thinking, that's a pretty brutal cover. Like, how'd they get away with that? I need this thing. I had no idea that there was around 60 copies, but this was one of them books that I was chasing like crazy.
it's one of the few books that I've only owned like one copy of that book. It was the only Venom variant out of all of them when they came out, and I was trying to like hoard all of them. That nobody had them. If they did, they were like thrashed. They were damaged. They were very fine, and I just wasn't having that. So to find a near mint copy, dude, go look on the CC census. I guarantee you there may be 2, 3 of them. Not many of them.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, there's not a lot at all. Matt's about to have one. He's adding a gold label to that one.
Mine just got signed by Stephanie.
Oh my God,
so
that's
excited!
incredible.
But I can hold on.
You need to start linking up. I could have sent mine with it.
You should have. This is some modern Stephanie fire, though.
Hey, I'm gonna bring Matt up real quick. Go ahead and talk about that because this one is a modern and it is extremely low printed because no one knew about this. I'm gonna send Jebby a link. He's gonna join it.
Another title that no one was buying, X-Men Blue. This is a 1 in 50. But yeah, this cover is absolutely gorgeous. Some of Stephanie Hahn's best work, in my opinion. So I got this from Gary Attaway at Broke Ass Comics. So shout out to him. I wish he was here, but this is a hard to find book at this point too.
Yeah,
it is extremely low. That's the cover that everybody really took notice of when it came to Stephanie Hahn's. They were just like, "What?" And it was hot from day one, and it still is.
Yeah, right. This thing. I remember a buddy of mine showed it to me right before it dropped, and no one had seen it beforehand. None of the shops had seen it, so they didn't know what the cover art looked like, and the series wasn't doing all that great. So no one really ordered it, but I got to see it right beforehand. So I like talked to my shop, like, guys, please order this for me. And I ended up getting it. But man, that one, like, it took a little bit, as a matter of fact. All right, I just sent Jebby an invite to join us. It took a little bit for me to track that one down, but since I got it, like, that's another one I really don't see post that much. Here we go. Oh, we got Gary. Oh, wow. There we go. How you doing, Gary?
Just speak of the devil. Say his name.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's frozen. He's frozen.
In your headbang. Uh-oh, Gary's frozen.
God collector.
I love the screen that it froze on. Well, while Gary's doing that, there we go. You good, Gary? What's up?
Yeah, I'm here. Fellas?
Oh, Gary, I would like you to meet Brent. Brent, this is Gary.
Cheers, my brother.
We've talked quite a few times. It's good to see you, though.
Likewise, brother. Likewise, man. Very good to see you.
That's one of the things I like to be able to do with this. That's one of the things I like to be able to do with this channel is just, actually meet people even this way and just kind of hang out and talk. Even if we're super quiet, like Katie up there.
Yeah.
But yes, I want to give you a plug real quick, man. Broke Ass Comics. You see it there on the screen. He's always got some extremely rare symbiotic books. He can get them signed, graded, all that. As a matter of fact, that book that Matt was just showing off, this is through Broke Ass Comics. So hit him up, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was my baby, man. Made me cry.
Guys.
Also keep this in mind. Always keep in mind that Gary loves mouth hooks, okay? So Gary was actually the mastermind behind this video. He was the one who wanted to get together and talk about the low prints. Look at this. Look at the love just pouring in for Gary.
Yes,
man, it's a party now.
And then we get the second.
Hey, Jeb.
Hey, do I sound okay?
I hear. Yeah, turn your phone down.
Yeah. I was. Okay, I'm good.
My work truck was breaking down on the way here. That's why I was so late.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Well, hey, since you guys are all here, we're at 1 hour and 4. We've just been rolling for a minute. Brent has been so gracious that he's been giving out some books during this. We've been doing some trivia. Let me move this logo.
Venom?
Yeah, I've got a couple too, man. I want to see how Brent does it.
Hold on, let me. Let me,
Hi, Brent. I'm Jeb.
Hit
Nice to
me.
meet you.
Hit me, brother.
Yes, sorry. This is Jeb. This is our
How's it going?
Canadian brother.
Pleasure to meet you, brother.
There
Pleasure.
we go.
Pleasure.
All right, the logo is gone, so it's not in anyone's face. The next one. Let's bring up I forget the issue number, but it's Carnage swinging the axe at Spider-Man, and this will be the question for it. It's also part of the Maximum Carnage storyline. Hey, Jebby from Kelsey.
Somebody's
But-
mad.
It's okay.
Brent, would
Leave
you
him
be
wanting
willing to
more.
hold up that book? The Maximum
which one?
Carnage,
I know which one. One second.
the one where he's got the axe swinging in at Spider-Man.
Ooh, it's a good one.
Mhm. There you go. So everybody
do I need-
in the chat.
Do I need to cover the which one this is though, or
No.
The
The
artist
question.
is.
Yeah, the question's at the bottom of the screen. So in order to win this one, the first one's in the chat. Who is the cover artist? First one to answer that wins it with some stickers.
My oh my.
tough 9/8
Great
candidate
cover.
right here, by the way, for that orange cover. So this is a solid 9/8 candidate.
Uh-huh. Whoops. So Kelsey gave an
That's a
answer.
beautiful
Nope,
book.
that's close, brother. They do have a similar style, but very close.
You spelt it wrong, though. Terrible, Kelsey.
So
I'm sorry.
Last name rhymes with smile.
Yep. We actually, to help out the question here, I hate to bring it up, but we just recently lost the cover artist. He's a legend, and we just recently lost
He
him.
is.
Rest in peace, bro. And that's the cool thing, he left us behind greatness just like this. You know what I'm saying? DeFalco from Tristan, nope, that's not it.
Mm-mm.
Oh, here we go, Logan. And Logan, I think
There
he won the
is
first
Logan.
one. Tom Lyle,
Nice.
sir.
Get it, Lou. Get it.
Late, great Tom Lyle. Beautiful cover. Near mint condition. Awesome. All right, cool.
Die.
Yes, sir. Jebby is correct. 11 legends never die. All right, let me go ahead and take this down. Dude, thanks for doing that. This is actually pretty cool, man. I'm having fun watching people do this.
Logan. They said Logan Barton, right?
Yes, sir. Logan, and
Yep.
I think he won the first one too, didn't he? And then Barry
Yeah.
Hardy won this.
I have nothing more to teach you, Logan. You've done well.
Yo, I'm surprised you guys didn't show off more of the Scream books. Like, honestly, they're super impossible to find. I know you got one, Matt. I know you got one that I got. I know that.
I got a couple in this slew of books I got here.
But Jeb, did you hear the numbers that he was calling out on these 2012s? My God.
Yeah, I was hearing.
Much lower than expected.
Yeah, all my notes are just a pile of steaming crap. Brent, one day if I can, I'd like to shoot you the numbers of my little list I got. Update it because eventually I'm going to start throwing quick 10-minute videos, and that's one of them. I kind of did one on Instagram, but I want to do a quick edited one and just
The World
do all
Tour
it.
exclusives. The
So
World
let me
Tour
ask-
exclusives.
Yes.
That,
Let me ask, what books have you guys? Just a quick recap. What books have you guys gone through?
Ooh, we went over some of the space dates. We've been going over just all the rare stuff. This store. This is a 1 in 50, as Matt pointed out. I thought it was a 1 in 25. I brought up the Obscures. Yeah, the one that Jebby has. That one's
Did
a
the
super
Stephanie
obscure
Hans.
book.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to know the Hans
Thunderbolt.
because that was my baby. What was the deal with that?
The Hans one, it's definitely low print. That was one of the ones that none of the retailers knew what even looked like. The series wasn't doing well, so it didn't. They didn't really get ordered. I don't know the exact print run though, estimate for sure.
I can't wait till that comes back.
I had a question for
Well,
Brent.
till mine comes back from CGC.
I definitely had a question for Brent. What are you thinking the numbers on this one?
Oh, Milo Manera.
Yeah, man.
Woo. So that one's under 100 copies.
Yeah.
Under 100
Wow.
copies. So they
Wow.
what happened with this one is Marvel actually did not approve it And there's a Panini version of it, which does not have the Spider-Man covering her luscious buttocks area.
Voluptuous
The derriere.
derriere.
Known for drawing the hips, man. So they originally did not. Whoa, this chair just
It was too thick.
Yeah, baby.
You good?
Yeah, I've been curious about this one for a long time. But
yeah, anything that he's produced, and it was usually around this era, very low print one. Most of them, the highest one was like 300 copies. Most of them, but that's one of the lowest ones because again, the series just didn't do well, and that's like a 1 in 100, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it's only a 1 in 25.
All right.
1 in 25? Wow, because most everything he did was 1 in 50 or 1 in 100. So
shit.
If that's a 1 in 25, that might be one of the few ones that he did. But I know that it's under. It's very low, man. Like,
because I grabbed this day of, and I generally, if it's on the shelf for over like $25, I don't grab it. So
I'm
back
here.
in the day, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely glad I did. Let's put it that way. Glad I did.
That one got yanked off the shelves quick.
Got a cool style.
That booty though. Man.
Oh yeah, that booty.
Well, I've got a book.
Yeah.
Here we go.
See it,
I've
Gary.
been having a
Let's
hard
hear it.
time pricing it.
Ooh, that one.
I don't know
Yeah.
where to price it at. I've got 4 of them, and you just don't see them a whole
Hey, it's Katie.
lot.
Let's
They're
see 'em here.
the panel variant
What is it?
from
I like your t-shirt,
Giuseppe
Gary. It's
Camicoli.
cool.
Thanks,
Oh,
man.
Yeah.
Okay, 127 copies of the one you just shown.
How many?
127 copies.
Yep.
Oh, that's sick.
127 copies.
Wow. Okay. Well,
That's
that's
nice.
something.
Yeah.
And I've got 4 of them and a 9/8.
Hold on a second, Gary. I was talking to Katie when I said, yeah, I was talking that one. Show me that one again, brother. Gary, the one you just posted up or was holding up.
Okay.
I didn't.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Oh man, you
I thought you were saying.
had me all.
Yeah, my
you had
bad,
me all
man.
flustered there for a second.
Yeah. What man? I don't know why, but it's
It's a con exclusive. It's like it was a silver cert, or no, it was one of the panels.
Yeah,
it was a
panel variant.
comic.
Okay, yeah. This was a con actually. So con exclusives typically, especially virgins, are usually going to be 1,000 or 3,000. Being that's a virgin, I'm inclined to say that was limited to 1,000. But like I mentioned before, that doesn't mean just because it's 1,000 that there was 1,000 near mint copies that could get a 9/8. Judging by the color of that book, it probably shows color breaks pretty easy. Anything browns, tans, especially along the spine, because of the ink, they tend to break real easy, and they show that. So I would argue say there's not many copies in a 9/8, but I'm not familiar with that.
You, Kelsey.
I think there's about 10. Well, let me ask you a question. Is it a different print run if it's a panel variant or
No,
just a regular store retailer?
it's the same. It doesn't matter if it's a con or a retailer. It's the same. And Marvel required in order to do an exclusive variant, they require you to do 3,000 trades. And before you can do the virgins, you have to buy those 3,000 trades, and you can't. There's no way around that. And then it's 1,000 virgins, but you have the option of ordering more virgin variants, which happened last year. I'm not even going to dive into that, but you can order more than 1,000 virgin variants. And a lot of retailers like JTC with his negative space variants are very popular. I think he's doing like 2,000 or 3,000. And
Be nice if
anyways, so yeah, as long as you do those trades, you can do the virgins. So, but that standard of a 3,000 and 1,000 always holds true. And if you're J. Scott Campbell, then you can sell 10,000 books and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's very true.
Very true.
Well,
No low print J. Scott Campbell exclusive. So I'm not seeing any
I'm
of these.
glad that you bring that up because with J. Scott Campbell, he's got a way of putting out a book where at first it gets a little bit of attention and then it nosedives, flies under the radar forever, and then all of a sudden one day it is spiked up there. And I'll show you a good example.
It's J. Scott Campbell.
Yeah.
I mean, his art is dude's legendary.
That one right
dude,
there.
That book kind of spiked out of nowhere, man, didn't it?
I mean, completely out of nowhere.
I love that thing.
I had this thing sitting in my box raw for years. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll send it in, get it signed and graded. It came back. I posted it up and people went bananas for it. And then I went on eBay to try and find another raw one. Couldn't do it. Not under $100. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And how long? What's crazy is that book was like, you could buy it for like $30-$40, man, like all day long. But he just released an exclusive, a couple of them.
Great dress too.
He's one of the very few artists. Not even Delato can do this. He's one of the very few artists that commands these astronomical prices for his book. But a lot of the covers are really freaking cool. Like that Venom cover is freaking cool, man. Like,
oh yeah,
it is. It's just it's awesome art, and that's what J. Scott Campbell is known for. Is really he's a really awesome cover artist.
I 100% agree. I mean,
I get J. Scott Campbell to do interior art. Let it be known.
I get like a picture.
This is the print J. Scott Campbell right here.
Oh yeah.
I actually just received my 1, 2, 3.
So
my fourth J. Scott Campbell to round out my.
I like J. Scott Campbell.
My fourth book for my top 4 favorite Campbell books. My fourth one just came in. She's been hiding it from me, but gave it back to me tonight.
Just for the night.
512 for that one, brother. 512 copies on that the 150 Superior.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, dude, I had like 60 copies of that book, man. Like I literally tried to buy everything I could when that book came out, and but tough book to get in a 9.8 too, because of the color, that light color.
Well, if you've got a few extra copies, we might have to come.
I wish.
But this is one that I got in tonight.
Hold up, Gary. Let me bring you up real quick.
I've been waiting for a long time to get this.
Yes, sir. It's a little blurry. Hold it a little closer if you can.
No,
yeah, it's super blurry, but it's coming in really
back. A little further back, bro. Hold it further back.
Yeah. I'll help you out, Gary. Here, I'll help you out. It's this one.
There you go. There you go.
Thank you. That one.
Oh, okay. First
Venom C cover.
Right.
Great cover. Great cover.
Across from me.
That's gonna be a month.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All of his books are slowly climbing. They all have been. Even his like original first print Spider-Man's, and he did a Batman with Joker. But this question from Barry right here. What's up?
Yo, is he dying?
We're all dying.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're all dying. But...
Good answer.
Barry Hardy right here. I just got him the Hercules issue 3 Evolutions variant that it shows it's Archangel. And it's like all his different designs throughout the years. If I had a picture, I could be able to show you. I feel like it's a super low print variant. He's really into that character, so he collects all of the first appearance, the covers, all that good stuff, the storylines for him. And he's been looking for that specific one. And for years, I've been looking. Someone posted it the other a couple weeks ago or whatever for $24 or something like that on eBay. And they even posted in the list, like, this is very hard to find book, blah, blah, blah. And I picked it up for him. That's been a book he's been chasing forever. But without showing you, without you knowing really, like, first off, it's Hercules. Who the hell was collecting Hercules at that time?
Hercules.
And Hercules isn't necessarily obscure. People know him, but nobody gives a crap about Hercules. Unless you're into Disney.
Are we talking about the Disney Hercules?
Yeah, there might be.
Okay.
I don't know.
Did you guys see what? Did you guys see what's that? Frozen? The first Frozen comic has gone stupid.
Yeah.
I have never seen anything like it.
I can't
Where
read
it's
any
like
comic.
it's
I got
massive
2
book
little
right
girls. I
now.
don't have a choice.
Yo, that's a huge book
That's-
now. It's worth money.
That's wild.
It is.
Real money. Like I was shocked. I saw it the other day. I was just like, fuck. I was like, do you want to give me little, I was just
But-
crazy.
To your point though, anything Hercules, like there was a series that Joe Jusko and I want to even say Felipe Mazafera did together. It was a miniseries. It was Wolverine and Hercules. Most probably don't even know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Are you talking
I
about?
think I know what
Yo.
you're talking about.
Man, the series was awesome. Like the
Yo.
interior art, awesome. It was cool. It was my own opinion, of course.
Was
My own
that the one like the myths? Like
Yes.
Mutants and
Yeah.
myths.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good series, man. I really enjoyed that.
It was a miniseries, no variants. Under like 400
Yeah,
copies for all of them because nobody cared, man. No,
Yeah.
they tried to bring Wolverine in with Hercules, but nobody cared.
How
Why?
could you not like it? It was Clash of the Titans with Wolverine. It was badass.
And they had Jusko, and
Yeah.
I think Mazafera did one cover though. That was his first introduction to Marvel.
Jusko did the interior?
No, he did the covers, and you know what?
Covers, okay.
He might have. I'm gonna send you a set because I have a few sets. I'll send you a set, man. I don't even think there's any 9/8 on the sentence. I've never sent any in, so I don't know.
Well, sweet. Yeah.
Not to get off
Let's
topic.
just,
I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah, I was about to say
great
let's
series,
let's start flashing some of these rare symbiote books again and get some
Boom.
reaction to Brent.
Because Matt didn't.
Let's go.
Matt
There
didn't
you
want to show it yet. I know he had it. I know he was ready with it. I know he
I
was
was
ready. with
digging, Jeb. I was digging.
it. No,
You beat me
I
to
would've
it, brother.
chose that.
this is stupid rare. This book.
So what issue was that?
Yes, it is.
So this is
That's
issue
because
number
everybody
2.
hated it.
And I don't know why anybody hated. This was actually a really good series. They did a lot of deep cuts. They retconned Big Mother. They also
No, I'm
brought
talking about
back.
the cover.
Oh, that cover! I thought it was awesome. It's on an ice cream truck.
The
Who
art.
doesn't like
The
ice
art
cream?
wasn't that good on the cover. I didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't pull me.
There's so many little things
It's
on this
grown
cover.
on me. It's grown on me every time.
Well, that's because
Gary does.
That's because you're an idiot.
No, that's because he knows the rarity of this bad boy. He feels
The
it.
ghost.
Oh, and it froze.
Smells rare. Smells like chunky monkey. That's what this motherfucker smells like. It's
You know,
Yeah.
her face always reminded me how like Critters. You know the movie Critters.
yeah.
Yeah, and I liked it because of that. But man, there's actually a really rare one behind you on your upper right side. I think it's on your right. It's on the very top shelf. That Venom was at 1.3, 1. I can't remember.
Tony
to
Tony
the left.
Moore.
That's where
Oh,
to your
Flashpoint.
to your
That
right,
Flash.
Jamie, to your right.
Point.
Flashpoint.
I got
yeah.
that. Look, that was one of the books too.
Very dude. Man, that book is like stupid underrated, and it's
Yeah.
yes.
It's such an underrated book. Like
Very
I got that.
low print,
Like,
for a cover A.
around
Very low
1,000.
print, man. Dude,
around
Bro.
1,000 for sure.
in fact, let me pull up the Rolodex.
Pretty sure it's
Look at that.
around
got that
13,928. 13.
Tell me, who's got
what I
receipts?
or,
Did you pull up the comment?
Pull up what?
1,032 copies of that book was printed. And this is a cover A. It's not a variant. So you got to really think about that. Cover A's, they'll print thousands and thousands.
Yeah.
Not that one. They didn't. I always wondered why, too. It didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, buddy.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a reprinting of the first few issues of Agent Venom,
That's
and
all it
then
is.
or no,
What's surprising is
sorry.
there's a newsstand to
Spider-Man
this too.
first appearance. Yes, and that's the thing. I wanted to ask you about that, Brent. I had this specifically pulled aside for us. This is a newsstand. So how would you even figure these print runs at? How do you even figure out a modern
Well,
newsstand print?
I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know they even made a newsstand of that one, and given the time frame, just kind of like how I forgot what issue it is. The very first appearance of Spider Carnage. It's a Mark Bagley cover. They also did newsstands. Man, it got to be under 300-400 copies because there wasn't very many places that were ordering newsstands at this time at all, man. In fact, sometimes Diamond would not even release that there was going to be a second print or a newsstand. These would go straight to like the station.
This one.
Is that the one you're talking about, Brent?
What's that?
That's the one that you're talking about?
Hold up. Let me bring you up real quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's one of the last newsstands from that series, from the ASM series. And so if you get a newsstand of that, and the thing is, so at that period of time, all the newsstands that are mainly out are garbage, man. Like they're thrashed. It's a tough 9. That was a tough 9.8 to find, anyways. By the way, so I've had 100 of those. So I'm talking from experience. And
this one's getting ready to go in for CGC. I think this one has a shot at a 9.8.
Dude,
that's
man.
a good.
Are you pre-screening?
I'm sorry?
Are you going to pre-screen?
Say again?
Pre-screen.
Pre-screen.
Do you pre-screen?
Yeah, I pre-screen and press all my books.
Sweet. Okay. So that I only when I'm doing CGC submissions, I always pre-screen 9.8 because on a modern book like that, it's like if it doesn't hit a 9.8, then it's kind of not really worth it. Everybody's different. But.
Well, unfortunately, that's how the comic market is these days. Is with a modern book, if it's a 9.8, then you win. If it's anything but a 9.8, you lose.
Yep.
But you go back into Silver Age, maybe some Bronze Age books, and you have more wiggle room.
Yeah, it's different.
If you're going to grade a modern book, you better make sure it's for your PC.
Speaking of grading modern books and going back to the modern newsstand, this one's a newsstand itself too, and I don't think they were heavily printing this series, the Ultimate Spider-Man.
That's like the second volume of Ultimate Spider-Man. So yeah, those were cool. I like those because that was that's when they had the the Disney Spider-Man.
Yeah, I got a couple of those.
Yeah, he was a little annoying on that series. Fun to watch.
That one I just always kind of wanted to grade just because it just seems like such a little oddity. I've kind of grown to like the little oddity things in the collection.
I'm the same way, Joe. You definitely helped me get into that sort of oddity. Go out of your way to find something that very few people have.
Yeah, it kind of started at a young age, man. I got a trading card that had printed all weird.
I know.
It doesn't make sense how it was printed, but that just kind of turned me on. It's always followed me my whole life, and it just turned me on to the weird little oddity 101 type shit. But Kelsey, dude, thanks for stopping by as always, man. Take it easy. Tristan, good stuff, guys. I like how everybody in the chat's all positive, and I like Jeff talking right here with "Hi Ashley." Is that a reference to the last video where Gary was in the chat under Ashley's YouTube?
Ashley's peeking in there.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up? Hey! I didn't even notice she's sitting there. There we go. Okay. So
I just did.
yeah. So I totally thought that was you the last time when you jumped in. I was like, oh, cool. Look, it's Ashley. No, it's Gary.
So I gotta.
I have one.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Venom became Deadpool's a good one too.
Yo.
Oh yeah.
What do you think? What do you think is the?
Whoops.
What do you think is the print run on this thing?
Oh yeah.
God, Jeff.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Is that the football special?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, anything that was a mail away, that was a mail away. You had to send something in to get that back. If I'm not
This was just in a
mistaken.
magazine. This was in a football magazine.
It was in a football
Insert.
magazine. Sorry, there was another football one that you had to mail away. Anything that came with that publication, it had a high print run, man. But most of them were thrashed. The fact you got a 9.8.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not familiar with how many are on the census, ironically, because I didn't have many of those, maybe like 2 or 3, and I didn't send any off CGC. But I know how many 9.8s. I haven't seen many 9.8s.
Yeah, buddy.
So that makes it a rarity by itself. And it's a cool cover.
Canadian Symbiote, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Who's the artist?
You're welcome, Jeb. You're welcome.
Yeah. Yo. It's
That's
Keith
right.
Pollard.
Right.
Keith Pollard?
Oh, Keith Pollard. Wow, really?
Yeah. This is like.
I mean, I recognize this stuff from Fantastic
Thanks,
Four,
Matt.
but
Yeah. Thanks, Matt.
You are always welcome, my friend. Always welcome.
dude.
He Matt, we were doing another video kind of the same, and he pulled one of these raw. Eventually, he got all the juices going. I was like, I need to find that because it's gonna bug me. So I was calling around the people in the States. That was expensive, and Buddy's like, yeah, I got one of those in 9.8. I was like, really? How much do you want for it? He's like, well, I'll take like $100 or whatever. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I did
Send
push
that
it. I
shit
just-
express.
I just it's a nostalgic cover and all that, and I was just like, okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's a deal.
So here's one of my pride and joys. I was very, very lucky to get this. It's a Spider-Gwen book, one of the recalled versions.
Yeah, the Wiles Portasio.
Yeah,
Nice.
signed
Love
by
that.
John Romita, and remarked and signed by what's his face.
Holy crap! I didn't even see that remark until now. Wow,
Robbie
dude.
Rodriguez. That's his name.
That's a stunning book.
And on the back, it's this was hard to even 9.6.
Just a black
Yeah.
cover back. Huh.
Yes.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
gonna be tough to read.
It's a recalled version, so I'm not sure how many is in the recalled version against the regular version. Might not be that much of a difference, but
It was a little over 1,000 copies on the recalled. Wiles Portasio did the cover art, and Robbie Rodriguez did the cover A's for that series, and I think he might have did maybe the first 5 or 6 interiors too. I'm not sure. Somebody can check me on that, but cool series and very rare book. That was actually one of my favorite variants from that series, man. Because while at the time, 1,000 copies. There you go. Thanks, Jeff. At the time, Wiles hadn't done a lot of covers for Marvel, so this was kind of like seeing that from him was like, oh crap. You know, when you think Wiles Portasio, at least I do. I think of Uncanny X-Men 282, first appearance of Bishop. That's what most guys know him from is Uncanny X-Men run. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey, we're at 1 hour and 33. We got we just had 9 people in here, so let's go ahead and do another one of these little giveaways real quick. And that'll put us at 4 giveaways. Well, I mean, you know, usually we get to the 2 hour mark, and then we just kind of started showing off a new pickups.
You know what? I have a giveaway. I don't want to step on your toes, Brett, but I've got a book. If you want to give away one of mine?
I actually, that's totally cool, man. I'm down for that. I actually did the same thing. I brought out a book.
It's mine. It's all mine.
That's totally fine, Jeb. But I broke this out too. So the last one, I was just kind of making like a little grand prize where I had another book to it. So if Gary, if you want to add a book, that'd be cool. But I feel like this in particular, talking about low print runs, this is the IDW Marvel. It's one of the variant covers.
Yeah, I like that book a lot, man. I've got like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, I got 3 of them. So I was like, you know what?
I got
What's
the
that, Brett?
1 in 10.
I said newsflash: Marvel owns IDW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's something they haven't. It's like, which is cool because that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So,
You know what I wish Marvel would do? Bring back those Malibu characters, man. There was a lot of cool Malibu characters.
Right?
Back in the day, bro, like we had
Yes.
Sludge, Lord Pumpkin, Primeval. Holy shit, there was some gems, man. Let me tell you.
They were cool.
Yo, they're sitting on a shelf at Marvel, like dusty as all hell right now.
Now that you just mentioned it, Rob Liefeld's going to make a series with these characters.
I hope
and
so.
Deadpool's somehow going to be in the mix. That'd be
Give
cool.
them some small ass feet. I don't care. I just want to see him again.
I love Rob, by the way, so I'm not,
Yo.
I'm not bashing.
Well,
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
so here's the one that I wanted to give away.
All right, let's
I'm
go
ready.
here and see what you got. Ooh, nice.
The homage. Love it.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Hell yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
All right,
No,
so
no.
the last question. Let's just go ahead and do some questions right now.
Was
So
Was that Kirk one that you just showed?
No.
yeah, no, that was Greg Horn.
Oh, nice.
So here's the question right here, Brent. If you could, it's the other Maximum Carnage issue, I believe that you have. Did we lose Brent? There we go. Yes.
Oh
There you go.
yeah, that's a beauty.
So
That's
this is the next prize, ladies and gentlemen. So everyone in the chat, in this issue, I believe it's the first time Venom encounters
Yeah,
Shriek.
Nightman. Sorry.
But I believe this is the first time Venom encounters Shriek, and they pretty much go into like a battle. Pretty much like what you're seeing on this cover, just replace it with Shriek. So, with that being said, who wins the confrontation?
Oh.
Nope.
Oh, funny.
Venom
So,
with
yeah.
earplug.
Venom versus Shriek. Who wins? Like, realistically, it happens in here, and there is an answer. Anybody.
Follow me to the
There
top.
There you go, Tristan. Tristan's got the answer.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's
It
a
was
50-50 shot.
Yeah, she pretty much hits him with the Sonic Blast and just knocks the symbiote right off of him. And the next panel is her and Carnage just stomping on Eddie.
Do you have
Yes, sir.
Tristan's info, or is that something you'll send to me? Or
This one of my boys. I do have his info if I do remember correctly. But yeah, I will. Yeah, we'll get your address, bro. We'll send you that. We'll send you some stickers with it too, and let's see what Jeppy's got here. Here we go. Going back to that Marvel Actions. This is the 1 in 10 variant. So
Yeah.
1 in 10.
this
Oh,
thing
this-
has
this
to be.
man, dude, you got some gems, man.
That looks like an old like a Sega
It
cover.
looks
I
like
like
an old
Big
ass
Roll.
something or another.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like- I don't know. I was just like, so I found out about IDW was doing that book. I don't know, like months ahead, right? But I was like really worried because I pre-ordered this like again months ahead of time, and I'm glad I got it. I mean, it's for the kids, right? IDW is more of, this was a kids line regardless, but still something new, something different. And
Oh
honestly,
no, I
it's,
pick up all of those, Jeb.
like, it was in our big Venom hiatus, guys. Like this was like 3 or 4 months without a Venom comic through the pandemic and all that. So this was one of the few ratios that came out through the pandemic.
And it has that like Marvel vibe, which I love about that cover.
Yeah, man, very much so. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
All right,
let's
I
see.
have a random one.
Oh.
Here we go.
I got one. How about
That's-
that?
Oh.
We'll come back to you, Matt. Let's let Jeremy get up in here.
Oh
Okay.
no, I think Matt's is better, to be honest. I have
Oh no,
It
there's
don't
no such
matter.
thing as a competition, bro. Let's see yours.
It's not competition.
well, this isn't symbiote
Probably.
related. I'm kind of just curious about, like, Brent, if you know anything about this, because I have a 9th printing
Woo.
number,
Oh, goodness.
and I just can't find any information about this anywhere.
I happen to know a lot about this issue in general, and it's useless. I call it useless comic book information, but
Nice.
Dude.
Good.
that is like that issue in itself is a diamond in the rough. And the later the print, the less there was. Okay,
Right.
so but they did that many prints because they didn't anticipate it being that popular. Have you read it? Have you ever read Did you ever read the issue?
Yes, not like any of those books or anything. I read a digital copy.
It's like corny and quirky, but like super fun and
I love these comics.
The art's kind of cool though. It's like it's trippy.
Yeah, Jeff, he's got his own comic book store out on the East Coast, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yep.
I have to go one time.
So you're talking about a book. I mean, again, 9th print. I can guarantee there's probably under 400 copies of that book because even the first print was like 3,000 copies. There wasn't very many of them.
Yeah,
they didn't anticipate it doing that well, so they kept pushing to more prints. So, and when that book came out, nobody was handling comics good. Nobody had that mentality of, man, I got to keep it fresh.
Right.
And the 9th print ending up on literally news racks like Katie has, and yeah, nobody gave a flip about them. And that blue cover too was not forgiving because if you even look on the CGC census, there's like what 4 or 5 9/8 first prints.
Oh yeah, exactly. I couldn't find any information about the 9th print on CGC census or anything. I was like, geez, this might be the only one.
I wouldn't doubt that. That's a diamond in the rough, man. It's definitely a gem.
Nice.
Confirmed. That's cool that they have that. I like that.
I've got one.
Oh,
Let's see it.
It's one of my very first gems. It took me like a year to get this thing signed. You guys have seen it, probably about 30 times. But
Gary, your wife's your first gem.
Naturally. But I had to send this over to the UK to get it signed. He signed it, sent it back. It 9/8'd. And it's this. And I don't think that Wildman does very many signatures at all.
Yeah, that miniseries has low print in general. Love that cover, man. It's like so iconic.
Yeah.
Dude, watching you go out and get like in contact with the artist and get that actually signed and 9/8ing it. Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby. I love it.
He was a cool guy, man. He was a cool guy. He was very nice, very polite. Didn't charge me. All I had to do was pay for the grading and shipping. Even sent me like a little sketch card of Spidey.
Most of these artists like him, and I'll name drop like Eric Gist. They're so cool, man. Like they really care about their fans. They go out of their way for their fans, and they're humbled anytime somebody approaches them and wants to do something or wants something signed. So I always love hearing stories like that, man, because it reminds me of Eric, because Eric's very much like that, man. He cares about his fans, his followers, and it's just cool. And Scott obviously is like that very much so too. And I only mention Eric as someone that most are becoming familiar with, and not a lot of people are familiar with that artist though that you have, Gary, because that book came out in the 90s.
Yeah, Andrew Wildman.
Yeah, so and he's done some big stuff, but there's he's overshadowed by so many other guys that are just pumping out stuff left and right. That guy's like he's always put out fire. He always puts out fire, man. And you sometimes wonder like, why doesn't this guy get noticed more? But
well, right now he's been working on Transformers for quite a while now. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly how long, but he's been doing Transformers books for a while.
The IDW publishing line, right?
Excuse me?
The IDW publishing line?
I believe so.
Yeah. That is good.
But I got extremely lucky by being able to contact him agreeing to it, having a facilitator to help me, get it signed. That book, all the stars aligned for me for that one.
That's awesome. Soon we're going to see Joseph's artwork on Marvel covers, man. That's hey, man. That's what we're waiting for.
Hoping. That book is on my list for 2022. I need that cover. I love
this.
That one.
Is
a big one.
Absolute grail. And I heard that this one. That's another thing. How do you even figure out a print run of a second print. And also,
Um,
Superpower Review is back in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for stopping by, Kevin. I love you, brother. Love you, man.
So it's no different than the like first prints to get the information. This is actually one of the first
Oh, that's
books
a beast.
I had to figure out like how many of those are out there, because I had a few of them and I only had like one of them that was a 98 candidate, and I say a few, I had like 30 of them. And this was before this book was big, before people knew this was the first appearance of Agent Venom. And I had only speculated it was, even though I read it, I wasn't sure because I wasn't reading the Venom series. Anyways, this book, man, bro, so it actually had this is truth, man. It has a print run of almost 2,000 copies. Now, I say that now, but
Black cover.
all of them are they were all damaged. They all have a common flaw. All of them have a common flaw. That's why there's only like a handful of 9/8 on the census, and that's how it goes. But if you think about it, to have a near mint copy, that's a rarity in itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if that's a near mint copy, or even if it's very fine plus, that's still a rarity because most of those are like good to find.
And there's a newsstand of that book that I have been hunting. I've seen it. I know it exists. I've seen
The second print?
The newsstand.
That cover? Of that cover?
So that was actually the new. So is that the newsstand?
No, I'm talking not on that. I'm talking on the A. The A cover has a newsstand.
Like specifically.
See, I told you, Matthew is gonna just put us all to shame.
No, I ain't putting no one to shame. I'm just proud of it. That's a great cover.
I'm getting great cover.
Be proud of it, Maddie.
Yeah, well, I got a big old...
Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
I got a big old dong. You don't see me pulling that out.
Dear God.
Ashley, what do you grade that at? What's it graded at, Gary? Come on.
That gem mint.
Take this.
Yo, but the first issue, like the 654, the A cover, I know has a newsstand. I've seen it. I know they exist. I've been hunting that freaking thing for years now, and I've seen two pop up on eBay in the last, I don't know, couple years, like maybe 3 or 4 years, and they're always just garbage. So I never ever pull
all of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They're probably like 200-300 copies of those out there, man. Like all of them, all of them are mostly that issue in general just had a lot of flaws and issues, and they didn't do any reprints on that. So good old Diamond. That's a Garrison cover, I think. Garrison.
Is that the one that you guys were talking about?
I think that's with Senior Headbang right here. I think this is what he's talking about.
Oh yeah. That's what I was referring to as the comment. Now, the funny thing is, if somebody reached out to me today or yesterday about the original art for this.
Yes, that's Kelsey.
Yeah. Kelsey's got it.
You just missed him. He was in here a little bit ago.
Was he?
What is that type of show, Barry?
No.
Yeah, he was just in here a little bit ago. He still has the original art. He just showed it to me, and we're actually going to bring him on soon. And
this probably doesn't have a massive print run.
Yeah, he put a price tag on it for me.
Hang on a second.
I love that.
Hang on a second, Gary. Hey, thanks a lot, Jeff. Vintage. Thanks for hanging out this whole time, dude.
Yeah.
Vintage.
Yep, we're pretty much about to run the last giveaway for a little bit. So if you can spare like a few more minutes, we'll do the last giveaway because we got 10 of you in here.
Jeff, don't leave. You might get it, bro.
You might get it.
This is 9/8 candidate, man. 9/8 candidate that's coming up.
Yep.
But Brent, I love all this old shit. This stuff,
dude.
I've been
when I saw
the shit out of it.
Did you read that series?
Yeah,
did you read that issue? Yeah, cool, right?
They're fun.
Yeah, I mean, they don't make a lot of
sense.
It is
fun.
But they're cool. It's like reading early Image comics of Prophet and stuff. They don't make no freaking sense, but the interior art is cool.
So I don't know if you guys have seen this book before. It's like about the monsters in Marvel, but they use that as the cover of it. I love it.
Oh, that's
cool. Awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I have never seen that one.
It's just like a little
trade.
That's bad.
No, I didn't know they made a trade of that. I'll be finding that next. Don't worry.
Well, now to kind of segue into that, I was getting ready to say I think that trade paperbacks are way undervalued.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
This one.
yeah, we'll come back to that, Gary. But hold up that virus for the giveaway, and then Brett, the Spirits of Vengeance. I think that's the last one. Yes, yep, that's right.
Man. Joking. Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. That's why you're here, man. Give me some knowledge on this. I don't know.
Too many
So,
beers,
ladies
too many
and
beers.
gentlemen, the question
it's
right
such a
here.
great book.
Just love this book.
Hmm.
This is
So,
one of my all-time
the
favorite
question-
covers.
The question to win this and what
You
Brett's
ain't winning
holding,
this.
and then Symbiote's got a book. Or Gary. Does Ghost Rider's Penance Stare work on symbiotes?
Ooh, that
Let's
is
get
a
the
good
answer.
question, man.
You know what? I don't even know the answer to that.
That is a good question, dude. I like it.
I had an even harder one, and I was just like, you know what, Tristan? That was quick. That was really quick.
Very
What
good.
was your
So-
other
Very
question?
good.
Awesome.
Just for
The
Awesome.
other
How can
question,
you tell us why, though? For extra points.
because
Dude, that's even better.
extraterrestrial, and then
Holy
that being
shit.
of a religious tone. Dude, Tristan, good stuff, man. They do explain it, but it backfires and puts Ghost Rider on his ass, and Venom is immediately standing over top of him, like, "Yeah, you little punk bitch, what's up?" So
Ghost Rider,
it does not
Ghost,
work on symbiotes.
no,
He actually
Ghost
tries it
Rider
on
can't fight
Carnage.
Scientology.
Pause.
Ghost Rider
Yeah,
can't fight Scientology.
You won 2 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He
Holy
tries
shit,
it on
son.
Carnage. He tries it on Carnage in the Absolute Carnage storyline, or the female Ghost Rider does, and it backfires. But my other question, Katie, would have been, what does Venom say to Ghost Rider about, when he tries it, he says a certain quote of something that doesn't hurt. And it's a really hard question unless you read it, but basically gets up immediately and he's like, "Ooh, nasty fire that doesn't burn." Like, and he's saying it as if the symbiote said it and not Eddie, but the symbiote was just kind of like, "Ooh, nasty fire that doesn't burn." And that's when he gets over top of a Ghost Rider who's just assed out and he's just drawing in his face talking shit. But it's a really obscure line, and I was like, I feel like that would take minutes. Somebody would have to break it open and read it, search it up.
And they just drew Venom so different in that book. He
They
looked
did.
so
Adam
gnarly.
Kubert.
His mouth, like he looked like a dinosaur in that freaking book. Without, he just had an awesome jaw. Everything about that was just awesome.
You're talking about in this issue.
Yeah,
Spirits
this
of
issue.
Vengeance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kevin.
Always loved that.
Yeah.
Very underrated cover. Very, for me, it's like sometimes it's not about the rarest book, but how hard is it to get a 9.8 candidate of?
That's
Go
right.
walk to your comic book store and actually find. Yeah. So the book doesn't like sell for hundreds of dollars or even maybe $100.
It's
But
been
to
going up.
find it,
It's been going up.
but to find it raw in your local LCS in a 9.8 candidate, good luck. This is a 9.8 candidate. And so good answer, man. Good answer. See, it pays to be a fan of your show, brother. See?
Yo, I actually played that game, Mystic Quest. Yo, that's
Dude,
old.
bringing me back,
Mr.
man.
Headbang.
I love your style. Great horn.
Look at that. Full signature.
That full
Wow, there it is.
signature.
Ah,
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
thank you for holding that up.
Absolutely.
You want to do
Greg,
Was that-
Greg's my boy.
Was that through
Beautiful
Brogas?
Say again?
Was that through Brogas?
That one, was it Gary? I don't remember.
That was through me and Jason.
That's correct. Yes.
Oh,
Through
yeah.
You and Jason, yes. But I sincerely appreciate you. I wanted to go over this. I have questions.
Immediately, Kevin.
Oh,
Immediately, Kevin.
That's
Here.
one of my grails I'm after.
What's
Let's
the
hear
deal
it.
on this?
Large, any of the Marvel collectibles classic large print runs on these. It doesn't matter though because it's freaking McFarlane, and I say large print runs like I'm talking, 5,000 copies or it was 6,000 copies. But think back to like Dynamic Forces again. When I was saying in the '90s, they did these prints that were 7,000 copies and books that are very sought after. This book, because it's a reprint and it's chromium, which they don't do anymore. Yeah, man. I mean, it's warranted, and it's so gosh, man, so freaking cool. And the fact that here's a
I actually like it better.
Signed by Stan.
Me too.
Is that Stan?
Yeah, that's the only time I've met Stan.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's. Dude, I would crack that and have it signed by Todd. And whenever you get a chance at a signing, man, like I don't think I've seen one signed by Stan. Chromium.
Maybe not.
One of a kind.
Yeah,
I know.
It's one of those ones I'm afraid to break this one. I think I'm okay with it.
Yo, I know what that is.
Gary.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
This is the one I messaged you about getting signed and having him like recolor this and recolor Deadpool in his Uncanny X-Force costume.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's possible, but it was right here, and I thought, hey,
it's possible.
Here, let me show, because you're the man when it comes to Greg. So I know that.
Yeah, it's possible. I can get it done.
Hell yeah.
Let me know how much.
Network, baby.
Yeah.
Network.
Okay, so if we're talking like just the low print stuff, so again, I know these two I know for sure are low print books. We got some old Scotty Young, and then we got the last issue of Agent Venom.
Yeah, that's Scotty Young one.
Right.
Low print. Yeah.
That twist.
Under 3,000 copies for the last. That's Scotty Young cover. I don't know about this one. What the print run is on that one. That one, anything from that series was pretty low print, but more so, anything from that series is extremely freaking hard to find in a 9.8. So that much I do know. But that one behind you, that first appearance of Venom 2099, dude, that's a freaking gem. Yeah. Man. Very low. So cover A, just like that one, right?
Yeah.
Big series at the time. Rick Leonardi was creating his canvas masterpiece.
Oh man, that's beautiful.
Under 5,000 copies, but
I haven't seen that either.
It's think about the time frame that this came out. Under 5,000 copies. It's not a lot, man, and it's a hard freaking book. And I've owned like almost 100 copies of this book.
Jeremy,
yeah, buddy.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Very nice, man. Jay Lee. That's a Jay Lee cover.
Yep. That's the only Venom cover he's ever done, I believe.
That's pretty sick.
It's a connecting cover actually. There's Spider-Man on the other end. Because I've had all of them, and anything from that series, there's so many cool first appearances. All low print runs, because getting towards the end, like after issue 16, 17, they're all low prints. What happened? I'm sorry.
Logan's dipping out.
Cheers,
Thanks,
brother. Thank you, man.
Yo, and I know my guys all got
Be sure
more issues of this.
be talking to Brent about the prizes, and yes, let's bring this up because this one.
Because I know Matty got one. I know Gary got one. But this is still one of the freaking hardest books to get in a 9.8.
Okay. True story. I was the first one to produce a 9.8 in this book. And I didn't know at the time that it had a low print. More so. Yeah, I mean, that one's even hard too. That's a cover swipe from no. The Wolverine.
Yeah,
cover swipe.
Yeah, it's a cover swipe.
Yeah.
That JTC cover, man, dude, that is like the hardest book from that series to get a 9.8 in. And again, I have owned a crap ton of copies of that. Very few have graded 9.8s, but I was the first one to produce a 9.8 of that one. And I love that cover. That one's a tough one. I actually didn't have very many of that one, but I know it has low print. I actually don't know.
Like every other ratio in this run seems to be like massive, like inflation. This book, I'm pretty sure, is just the same as the rest of those ones.
It is, yeah. It is. It's low. I know it's low. It's low, man.
I was actually shocked to see these going for like $200. I was like, really? Like,
that's it?
Kind of a pain in the ass to go for, you know? That's it.
I think I picked up my 9.8 of that book at like $120.
Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be pretty low. It's actually gone up, it seems like. Dude.
Beautiful, Gary. Beautiful,
That's
Gary.
awesome.
Look at this. Wow.
Did you get that from
Signed and
me?
everything.
You get that from me? I was playing. You might have. I love JT Sigs, man. Like, I love how they're hidden. You have to really look for them.
Oh, there.
That's something that's really cool what he does.
And the detail
That's
that he
incredible.
put in his covers are amazing.
Yeah,
This
that
guy,
is.
Marvel's got him doing these action figure covers, which is cool because I used to collect all the old school Toy Biz Marvel comic characters, all the Uncanny X-Men stuff. But his real stuff, like if you look at the Shadowland variant he did, his old stuff is just amazing, man. That one is freaking awesome too, dude. Another man, dude. You got some freaking heat, bro.
First appearance of Big Mother.
Hell
9.8,
yeah.
baby.
That was a cool series, man. Very underrated.
Especially since they retconned the character and made her one of the children of Null. Like,
Yep.
I know there's only about 3 of these in 9.8.
Yeah, that whole series is again kind of like the Hercules series that we were talking about.
Man, that was such a good series, bro. That was good.
It was, but that's the problem. Marvel didn't have enough readers.
Yeah.
Now it's the opposite. You got 10,000 plus new collectors coming in every month.
Ooh, some more
Yeah.
Space Knight.
More Space
Yeah,
Knight.
wow. I'm not very familiar with this series except the
It sucked, and no one was ordering it. That's all you need to know.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah, looking back, it's a part of Venom history. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
But
I like
my local
Venom
shops,
Natty.
none of them are
I
ordering
got
the
one of
ratio.
those. And then
Whoa.
You gotta bring that. You gotta bring this one up, Joe.
books.
Yeah, I'm going
I know you do. I meant like
Look at
Where
this.
This one's dual signed
Gary and
by
Ashley
the
just having a
creators.
conversation over here.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah,
man.
this is a hard to find symbiote.
I
gem.
always thought that was a Joe Jusko cover. I didn't know it was Bill Sienkiewicz. I always thought it was Joe Jusko. And yeah, dude, like to get in that grade, bro, dude.
Pull yours out, Joe. Where's yours at, Joe?
Mine's
You guys get all
right
yours
behind me.
Where's Jeb's at? Jeb doesn't have
Joe,
one.
you got one?
with it.
Jeb doesn't have one.
Oh yeah. Hold on a second. There's too much commotion.
Oh, I see it. It's right above the Superior Carnage.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. This was one of the ones like those little hunt lists you make for the year. This was the top one of the year that during that year I ended up getting it. I paid $60 for it.
Man.
What's the estimated print on that?
Yeah, that I
5
have no
copies.
freaking clue.
Well, that one's an easy one because that came with the Super Nintendo, the red cartridge.
Right.
It was actually the Maximum Carnage package that you had to buy. And if I'm not mistaken, they only made like 2,500 of those or 2,000 of those or something. Again, man. So some of these print runs, even though they're get to the 4 figures, because some guys have come back and be like, well, that seems high. Dude, there's like millions, like 20, 40, 50 million collectors. Like, no, man, that's nothing. That's a pin drop in the grand scheme of things. And when that came out, it came out with the video game, and that was like my favorite video game, and you only got that with the Super Nintendo, not with the Sega Genesis one, which was even cooler. Am I wrong?
Not being muted, right?
No.
We got a puppy print run of 1 over there, it looks like.
He's licking,
Yeah.
so to pick him up, so he stopped licking.
Love it. Hey, it looked like show something.
Oh,
I
hold on a
wanted
second.
to
Okay.
ask.
Oh,
Hold
no.
on a second, Gary.
It looked like
Oh,
Katie was show something.
Oh,
Yep.
dog.
I'll just keep going. What about
Chilling
this
with the
one?
puppy.
This can't have a
Oh,
massive print run.
Katie's got something. Katie's got something. Hold up.
Kate's got something?
Let's hear from
Oh, that one's
There we go.
gorgeous.
So
That's the
What is
one.
like the
Uh,
print run on this one?
yeah, so again, it's a little higher than most things. This is the first appearance of Venom Pool. This is the real first appearance of Venom Pool. It wasn't in Cable and Deadpool, issue 55 or 54, whatever the last issue. The Scotty Young cover. That was actually a Scotty Young cover too. This came out before then, and there's actually even a newsstand of this one too. But this one under 3,000 copies. And the reason why it was so low is they were reintroducing the What If series in at that time when this series was when this was coming back out, nobody gave a crap about it, and nobody really knew. Nobody was like, "Oh my God, Scotty Young," you know.
Yeah.
Little did they know that this was Scotty Young's Mona Lisa. Still today,
It is. This is crazy.
I saw that yellow label that you just put up, man.
Yeah, it's a 8.5. Yeah, it's a 8.5.
Oh, holy shit! I'm sorry, I didn't even see
Yeah,
that.
very nice.
That's a fire, is what they call that. Fire. That's fire,
Hell
man.
yeah.
Like even at 8.5, it's a $300 book, especially signed. I think 9.8s are like $600 now.
Yeah.
And they will bring Venom Pool because Rob Liefeld, he just released that series, X-Force Kill Shot.
X-Force. Yeah.
Or it was a one shot, but they left it open, and he introduced a first appearance of Uncanny X-Force Venom Pool. It was freaking cool, dude, because that's my favorite team. And bro, Uncanny X-Force Venom Pool. So in the Uncanny X-Force gray and black costume with the red eyes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
I hate that cover.
It's grown on me. It looks like all the other ones.
The Gorilla Venom.
It looks like all the other ones, the Deadpool versus Venom pool and all that, and then they did the.
I like it. I don't like
orange
it.
one. It's grown on me.
Rob shines on his interiors, man. Like, it's unmistakable. Nobody matches what this guy can do interior art wise. It's freaking incredible still to date. It blows my mind. And even
work.
We had an intense conversation, and my brother-in-law will tell you, he's right here. When we flew Scott Williams down for Houston Comic Palooza, we were going out to dinner, and we were talking about all kinds of things, and I won't talk about everything, but we were talking about Rob, and he was just like, man, Rob, dude, has always been able to tell a story, and he's been so good at it. It's one of the things that even Stan Lee really respected about Rob is the storytelling, man. It's just like backed up with the interior art. Crap, man. The dude can it's just incredible, man. I mean, and you got to really give the guy props for that because it still looks cool. It doesn't matter if the dude can draw feet or not. It still looks cool, man. Like to me, it does. And I know it's a matter of opinion.
I really don't have a hate towards Rob.
There it is, Gary.
Oh, dude, yes.
Monster.
Yeah, there's $800. That's what $800 or maybe even 1,000 looks like. Starting off until they introduce season 2 of What If, and he's in it.
I found this book in a box.
Scotty Young.
Free.
What?
Say for free?
Yep. That one. And Ashley, she went to a Goodwill one day and paid $1 for this.
Jeremy, grab yours.
Wow.
Stop.
$1. Hold on.
Wasn't even bagged and boarded. Wasn't even bagged and boarded. She found it in a Goodwill, just sitting in a stack of other books.
You better give your wife a big hug and a kiss, and just.
Yep.
Man,
Investment.
My wife put it down and put it in the garbage, man. Said you have too many already. Shame. It's a shame.
We all feel that.
You have a gem. You really do have a gem.
I love me some Venom. Venom's my favorite.
Yeah, that's such a funky cover to me.
Yeah,
it is funky.
I found that
they
cover
did.
today.
Bless her.
Gwendom's got some. She's matured there. She's I don't know how else to put it, but she's shopping at Victoria's Secret.
She got some girls.
Yeah.
She got hot.
Yo, I was just thinking about there was like Spider-Man. It was like 49 or 50 or whatever. Where Norman Osborn was like behind Spider-Gwen, and he's just like, "Hey."
I know you're talking
I know who you are. And he was all like,
Can everybody show theirs again? I'm gonna see if we can get them all on the screen. I'm gonna stare
I'm
at
gonna go fuck myself over here because I don't got one.
Oh,
cheers.
Gary. Cheers, brother.
I'll find one eventually.
One day.
Oh, wait. What are you drinking, man? What is that? Corona. Is that a Corona?
Yeah, it's just a Corona. No,
Corona.
Yeah,
no advertising.
No. You're gonna text me your address. I'm gonna send you some beer, man. Some real beer, and I
No.
promise you're gonna like it.
Yeah.
right on. I like
Brent,
it.
never mind me.
I'm from Canada. I like IPAs. Don't worry.
Yeah, Brent's in the brewery business. If you want to plug some of that in, man.
Let me tell
Let
you.
everybody know what you got brewing.
I'm transitioning from comics eventually, so
No, smart. Nothing.
Yeah.
Booze is beer. Let me tell you, one of my good buddies ended up starting his own company, and I was just like, one day he was just brewing in his basement. Next day it was like, bam.
That's all it takes, man. I love
all
to
it
cook
takes.
too, so I'm trying to get on Master Chef. That's
Dude. Awesome.
Is that remarked?
Twice.
That is
Matt,
so
Matt,
sick.
you're muted. You're muted, Matt.
I gotta go.
I
quit, man.
I got
quit.
Bagley and I got De La Rosa on here.
I mean, that
Is
is
that gold?
Awesome.
Forget ASM 300. That is that's
Yeah.
the Grail of Venom books. Besides the white one, if you can get it.
Right. The white one's it's a unicorn. There's one of them.
That's a unicorn too. That's a unicorn.
I'm humbled, man. Do you know how many of the black ones there are, though? I've always been curious.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe like 100. Keep in mind, the red cover had a print run of like 30 or 40,000, maybe more. So if you think about that, like it's nothing in the grand scheme of things, man. Like, and you got to even think about the condition again. That hard cardstock cover, not pressable, number one. And so most of them have had that crease on it, especially the black one. So to get a 9.4, oh, dude.
Put that back up there.
Yeah, that remark was stunning, dude.
Oh, wow.
That was also Sam De La Rosa.
Love that one.
Very cool.
Love that gray corn. I love that Iron Man homage cover, man. That's so sick.
Yeah. That's a
Jeremy, I'm gonna come back to you.
Remark by Greg Horn. I have number 5 of 100.
I'm gonna tell you this about Greg. Greg is like, dude is the grail of comic book covers, man. Like, and I've had so many ideas that I could, because only he can pull it off. Not everybody can remark like Greg, because he is using this one. Yeah, man, dude is just special. He's he's like, and I don't want to compare him to Clayton Crane, but in reference to how he can remark with acrylics, Greg is one of the few that can do that and do it good, man. And man, that's sick. That's a grill. Before Katie, before you, I saw somebody that had another remark.
That was Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put that De La Rosa back up. That was fire.
Also De La Rosa. That's why I grabbed it. But yeah, man.
Look at
Who did
that.
the remark on that?
That's awesome. De La Rosa.
Sam De La Rosa.
Dude.
That's beautiful.
Nice.
And what's up, Ruben?
What is that? 9.8? Okay, so that
issue. Dude, I love that cover.
The last issue in the Maximum Carnage saga, that is the hardest 9.8 to get, because it was an oversized issue and it had a silver cover, and most of them were shipped. In fact, there was Joseph, I'm going to send you a picture of it. It was shipped, and the way Diamond shipped them, they had these straps, these binding straps that went over it. So they all had a color break in the same spot on the spine. I've owned probably like 200 copies of that freaking book, and maybe 10% of them hit a 9.8. So the fact you got a remark on a 9.8 is like, man, there can't be many of them. And maybe
that's awesome.
10? Yeah,
that is awesome.
That's cool, dude.
And it looks good too.
I got that thing for a steal, bro. It was $150 for that.
That's not bad.
I do have a question though. Kind of circling back around to what I was saying earlier was, trade paperbacks. I think a lot of them are very underrated. Like this Bagley one right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there is a set amount of print run for any of the trade paperbacks, or if they just print them off, however many they need.
Yeah, they did 5,000 copies of this one right here. 5,000 copies. But here's something to keep in mind. When this came out, again, the way they shipped them, once those prestige format corners are blunted, that's it.
That's it.
There ain't no 9.8 no more. And they got blunted easy because they were heavy. So when they fell, corners were smashed. So the whole book would be flawless. Yeah. But those top corners, once they're done, that's it, man. That's it. So to get a 9.8 again and something like that, and I saw multiple SIGs, right? Or no?
Yeah, it looked like I had multiple SIGs.
Dude, it always blows my mind to see books like that with multiple SIGs. I mean, that's great, man. Whoever signed it handled it very well, and
Bagley.
Definitely something to hold on to, man, because I can promise you there's not much of them.
Well, I've got like 3 or 4 of them raw, but they went 9.8.
I got my own.
If you look at the bindings, where it's square bound, the top and the bottom, I guarantee those are blunted. Those are either crushed or blunted, and it could be slightly, and that's all it takes for it not to hit on those books. And it's crazy, man, because there's a book that I sent in a lot of. It was called Wolverine and Cable: Guts and Glory. Stephen Platt cover.
Yeah, it's a good book.
Amazing, because super underrated cover. Because I love Stephen Platt, and most people know him from Moon Knight. And Jeb, I saw you. You know what that cover is. But same thing. A thinner trade paperback series or issue, and a lot of those have blunted corners as well. So hard book to find in a 9.8.
Like I say, I don't see very many of these in 9.8, so I don't know if this one's super rare or not.
Is that the second print?
I feel like it definitely is.
Yeah. So that series, the New Ways to Die, was really popular for Spider-Man, especially for that specific issue. So that one's like in the 4,000-ish range. Most second prints, though, they're always kind of like disregarded. Maybe not now, but back then when this came out in the teens of 2000, right?
Yeah, man.
What was it? 12, 13, 14?
It's around there, yeah. By the time I moved to Florida, it came out. So around 2011, 2012, something like that.
That's the only other character variant I need.
Whoa! You need to stop, man. You need to stop.
So there's Matt.
I need that, Matt. It's so bad.
You need to stop, man.
I need to.
So you were saying that Marvel owns IDW now. Now, when you come out with a variant from IDW, is it the same thing? 3,000, 1,000?
No. The limits are completely different because they're independent. And what's cool about them, that's a good one, John Boy Myers. I see you, Joseph. Dude, those Billy Tan connected variants are fire, man. Like, just wait.
Yeah.
But IDW, I think the minimum on that, anything minimum on IDW is between 600 or 800 or something like that. And you can do virgins. What's cool about IDW, you can do foil, holographic.
Yeah.
Like, they have all the capabilities that Marvel also has. Marvel just don't want to deal with it, and they don't want to play partiality to retailers who are doing exclusives either. So I've had many long conversations about this with Marvel. And I don't care if I'm watching Marvel. Doesn't matter. I'm not opening up.
Well, with the John Boy set, I haven't seen really too many people that have got all 3 of them signed. Everybody just went after the first one.
I always see just the anti-Venom one. That one's always signed. Oh, wait a minute. You're talking other books. Yeah, let's get these up. Wow. Hold up.
Man,
well, this is like what you're showing off is like, so I always, so comics, this is stock. You're buying stock. Like, it's no different from buying Bitcoin or anything. This is stock. The only difference is I think this is more valuable than virtual freaking money. Because you hold this.
I'm clipping that and sending it to my fucking friend Spencer. And Barry, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But Brent, you were so goddamn right. They're recession proof.
It's
Absolutely.
this is stock, man. You're buying this is stock, and there's no other investment that's as good. Not even sports cards are as good as comics. I don't care what anybody says. I've done my research.
Slab
Comics
comics,
are,
And you know what?
giant trading cards.
Yeah, but it's
with
wild
stories
because
inside of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're. Oh, dude, the trade more. So man, cool story about that because that's I actually know the print on that one. The under 310 copies or something. It's a 1 in 25 variant, and way overlooked. This book didn't get hot until like a year ago, man.
Ghost.
Yeah, it's a complete ghost. When people started figuring out, like, hey man, I really like that cover. Oh crap, I can't find it. And somebody puts it on eBay and it's like,
Yeah, like me. I missed that.
Yeah, like me.
If I might have one, if I do, bro, it's on me. I'll send it to you. But I think I may have
wow.
one.
Very nice. Very nice.
This one seems
I
to
love
be a lower printed book. I don't see this one at
is
all.
Local comic shop day exclusive.
that?
It's supposedly limited to just 600.
Who's it from?
I wasn't even sure about that.
This is for Absolute Carnage
What?
#1.
What
And-
retailer did it for?
Nobody. It was for
It wasn't
free comic book day.
I got it directly from my local comic shop. It was an exclusive on local comic shop day.
Yeah, see
Okay.
down in the corner there. It was a local comic book shop day, but they did a.
I see. That okay. So yeah. So whatever retailer signed up for it got it basically.
I
And
don't
you
know if
have
it
to-
is a retailer.
That art
No.
that art was originally on a Marvel Legends toy.
Yes, it
Yes,
was.
that's
Yeah.
David Nakayama. Nakayama. Yeah. Sorry if I butchered your name and you're watching this.
I'm
Forgive
pretty
me.
sure that one's a
Nakayama.
John Tyler Christopher, I thought though.
But yeah, I
Is
think
it?
that is. That's the
I think
action
so,
figure.
yeah.
Yeah, it is a JTC
Yeah, it's a
because I got a
JTC.
couple of those
Oh,
signed.
God, man. I
Yeah,
really
man.
messed up on that one. I'm sorry.
Gosh.
Oh, good, baby. Oh, good, baby.
Shame. I'm
It's
going
all
to drink for that one. Drink? No.
Yes.
right, right. Cheers, brother. Cheers.
Cheers.
I have a friend that tells me this every day,
Yeah.
every 5 minutes, all month long, all year long, and it's absolutely maddening. It's absolutely maddening. And then people go, "Hey, you hear about NFTs?" And I'm like, "Please, just shut up, please, just stop." Anyway, we're
I
at
have one.
2 hours and 22 minutes. You would,
Oh.
Jebby. What is it?
Wow.
Is it Carnage doing a tornado?
You just order it online. It's my face like this.
You have an
Love it.
NFT of yourself.
Yo,
Speaking
No,
of which, I'm probably gonna have to dip out here soon, but I wanted to show just one more, but two more because somebody had shut it out. The 347. I saw somebody in the comments talking about it. One of their first Venom covers, favorite. Same. I agree. It was one of mine. One of my first favorite. And
Yeah, that's a great book.
Good old
great
Robert.
book, great cover. And then last one, also another San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Yes, it has a green label. There's a story behind that. But that anti-Venom variant, I couldn't pass it up, man.
Yeah,
Super.
that dude, Mark
What
Brooks.
color the label was.
Beautiful cover.
yo, don't tell
Yeah.
Ryan.
Don't tell Ryan.
Don't tell Ryan.
Yeah, that'll make him angry.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, the green
That's
label?
No,
Just the cover in
company.
general.
Oh.
It's a long
Yeah,
story.
there's the Carnage one and there's the Venom one too. So I have the Carnage one, but it's in a 9.4, and I still got to get the Venom one too. But you know, dreams, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Come true.
Hey.
Come true. You
happens.
just gotta work hard.
Oh, yeah.
Hard work pays off.
I figured since
believer.
we're at 2 hours and 23 minutes, if
Woo.
I guess Katie's hunting for something, but Matt dropping on us, man. If you got some books you want to show, let's just show them off.
Yo.
I got this
Oh.
one right here. Yo. This one
Oh,
right
that one's
here.
better.
Back cover.
Which this one is fun. I just want to highlight this one by itself. There's a third print of this issue, and it's the same exact cover, but it has a bar down here. This is a 1 in 100, and it has just the Marvel variant right here. Because even the other one, when you see the variant, it says third print. It has a barcode. But this is a 1 in 100, and I believe the back cover is also just like solid white. It's not an exclusive or anything, but I would assume that this one's kind of low print because I remember seeing a bunch of the third prints, and then I randomly came across this one years later, and it didn't have the barcode, and I'm like, what the hell's with this? And then I found out that there was a 1 in 100 for that issue, and I had no idea.
Because that's 2005, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the whole first anti-venom shit. So like,
and again, that's right before exclusives started exploding in the scene and just destroying the ratio. You know what I mean?
Hey Brent. Before we did take off, I wanted to show you this. I've got
yeah.
I can't.
And I'm just gonna say it.
Extras. So hit me up sometime tomorrow, and maybe we can, get something worked out. I got the whole 2 sets of this, just like this.
Bro, yeah. Hey, man, whatever you want to do, I'm always game, man. And that's probably the best. And forgive me, I mean no disrespect to anybody that is fans of this shop, but that's the best exclusive that Unknown has produced to date, in my own opinion. I love that. That was the one that I saw, and I even remember hitting up Darren. And like, all right, man, I what can I do to get some? And
that thing is
yeah, and I got a couple, but we won't go any further. And by the way, Darren's good people.
I've got one for you though, Brett.
Darren is good people. I think he just is going.
Oh yeah,
where we at?
That's a good one too. That Ultimate Spider-Man that.
Yeah, it's my lowest grade book. I don't actually know a whole lot about this. I just
under 300 copies. Number one, it's a Frank Cho cover, and probably one of the most underrated variants that Frank Cho has ever.
Oh, I need that
right here, man.
I love this one. It's got so much detail in it. I don't know if I can get it to focus.
Crazy detail, man.
I can see it clear.
I just love when Cho, he does all the angels and all this stuff like that. He does a lot of that for the Harley Quinn books, I noticed.
That you guys send me a picture of that later.
Yeah, it's my lowest grade though, so I'm a little
Is
disappointed.
that an 8 or not?
8-0.
Oh, okay.
Just crack it, get it pressed.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Yes, what he said. Crack it, get it pressed. I guarantee it'll grade higher because, and I can't. It's hard to tell, but I don't see any defining creases, bends, or color breaks. So it's possible it has multiple dents that don't break color,
or
and
fingerprints.
Since you did naturally have that, and it's definitely you can those press right out, man. But that's a gem, and an amazing issue right here to read too. By the way, if you haven't read it already, read it. This whole series was amazing, man. I don't know why I didn't get more credit, but
Katie, don't forget this. Take a picture of that and send it to me, please.
I agree. That was such a good when Osborn and Peter were scrapping and he throws the whole truck on Osborn's head, and that was one of my favorite series ever, man. I'm a big Green Goblin fan, so
anything Ultimate line was actually really freaking good, man. I mean, we got Miles Morales out of the whole thing, which is cool. But the biggest Ultimate
so what's
X-Men,
I know this is kind of off topic, but we all saw how crazy Black Panther blew up this week, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
Good grief, man!
I have never seen anything like that, where they're asking $500 for a 1 in 25 a couple days after release. Insane.
Well, somebody caught on that it was low print. It was very much under ordered, and it sucks because I don't have the resources to actually know what it is anymore, which it is what it is. But I would say
when
they max quantities of that issue.
Yeah.
I don't know how good the story is. I haven't read it, so I don't know.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's a lot of espionage spy stuff, which I don't mind that. Can't always read about monsters and shit, so.
Okay. Well, not. I can't say I would be interested in that. But
Sleeper Cells is basically what it is. It's like Wakanda has a bunch of Bourne Identity dudes all over the world.
You know, it looks like you're picking weeds in the Hobbit hole.
I'm guarding.
My Samwise.
Well, this is my last one. This one I think was completely overlooked and underrated, and I had to get this one double signed. It's signed by Colin Bunn and Franco Villa, because I love the poster style.
Yeah,
Oh
buddy.
yeah,
That's a great
dude,
cover.
yes.
Yeah, buddy.
Very nice.
Extremely hard to 9/8 too.
Oh, look at that.
Actually got this one from Gary.
Yes, you did. I got like 5 of them done.
I drove
Gary-
45 minutes to go get this a couple weeks ago back, or last
Gary's
month.
always selling that heat, man. I always see it. He's always got that heat.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna bring up this one. We gotta bring up this one then. If this
Yeah,
is what's happening, then we gotta bring up pizza.
There you
Oh, that's
go.
a great cover
Good
too.
cover.
That's
Yeah,
an
I
awesome cover.
actually bought that just because I thought the cover was cool.
I'm
Yeah.
not.
I heard it's underprinted. It was
Again.
underwood.
Talking
Yeah,
about
how do you-
somebody who's evolved, Bagley's Venom has definitely changed over the years. He went from, a little skinnier human to this beefy monster with like the more crazy teeth and stuff. I have to say I love this version of Venom by Bagley. Just
Yeah, Bagley's art went up and Crane's art went down.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we're at 2.5 hours,
This is
so
it.
let's just start showing off some crazy shit. Let's just unleash.
Kev
Right
Walker,
now.
man.
This needs a major press. This one.
Yeah,
If
that's
everybody
under
holds up
200
a book, I'll pull up your screen.
under 200 copies on that one, by the way. The Kev Walker. Yep.
Yeah. Yo.
Oof.
Ooh, man. I mean, dude, nobody was ordering it. Was it 1 in 200 or something like that?
Yeah.
Nobody was ordering that on that, and oh man. I won't name that shop, but I do like the cover.
Exactly. May respect, Brett. Oh,
1 in 500,
oh,
1 in 100.
oh my
This
god.
old Crane.
That one,
God, that's
Venom
fucking-
150, man. Probably one of my favorite Crane Venom covers,
Oh,
period.
yeah.
Love that freaking cover.
Rod Reese.
Yes.
Yeah, baby. Very nice.
Dang.
9/8. So you-
Heartburn, man.
Double signed.
Brett, this is another one of them panel exclusives.
And
That
the
one, I
Rod
think,
Reese
is-
cover has been going stupid, and that's another one.
Dude.
Oh, that's a ghost right there.
You don't see that one too often.
Yeah,
No.
I've got one 9/8'd, but I just bought another raw one to get it signed this weekend.
I don't like a whole lot of Scotty Young stuff, but I love that one. Dude, I love that J. Scott Campbell, the 1 in 100 on your left.
Yeah.
That one is awesome, man. And
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
the other J. Scott Campbell's awesome too. But man, I love the way he drew his feet on the one that you're holding on the left. It's that dinosaur like look was awesome.
The dinosaur look has grown on me just because it's his art. Keep yours up, Gary. Jeremy, just flash something.
Definitely.
Man. Show it to
Yo,
me.
this Jeremy, this Friesen, I don't see a lot of these anymore.
Very low print. That's the Marvel Comic Presents.
Marvel Tales.
Marvel Tales.
Yeah.
Marvel Tales. Yeah.
1 in 50.
Dude, man.
Yeah.
I got random covers now. I don't have
At
any.
one time, Gary, I had like 100 of
I don't
those.
want to see it, baby.
Those are dope.
I still love that Darkhawk one. That's
Yeah,
one of my
me
so
favorites.
too.
random.
Me too. Mike Manley, man.
Darkhawk is
Mike
awesome.
Manley. Yeah, man.
That
Yeah, dude,
that
Mark Brooks,
cover.
Da Vinci.
Yeah,
Love
it's
that
like
cover,
great
bro.
homage.
I kind of want that
Yeah.
tattoo.
I had a
That
poster
other
of
book?
that in my college room.
Oh,
Oof.
wow, Matt. I just love that
man.
one
Good.
too.
Goodness.
Matt,
Yeah,
how
you don't see that one anymore either.
Yeah.
Oh,
This one's actually
Joe,
pretty-
show it off, bro.
This one's actually pretty rare. The more I've been looking around,
Yeah.
at
You know
least
what?
it's dried up. Collectors have pretty much got this in their collection. They're holding on to it.
It's a 1
I
in
came
50.
prepared, man. I did not. I would have brought some freaking fire if I knew we were going to do a little standoff here.
Oh, this is
And my beer is empty. So I don't even have anything to throw up, man, except my hands. Like,
bro.
Speaking of the
bowing
other
down
two,
before you guys. You got all kinds of heat. Oh, dude.
Yo, these Ravencroft covers I don't think get enough love. All these Ravencroft covers.
Is that a Diodato?
I love these.
I think
Oh,
that
that's
is a
dope.
Diodato.
This one, I don't think so.
Yes.
Oh, the
You've seen some
Ravencroft
of
isn't. Yeah, no. That Ravencroft, that whole series had a very, because that's the, what was it, issue 1 or something? The first appearance of Carter's dad?
Cassidy.
Or, yeah.
Great grandfather who became Plague.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That whole print run
I
had
love this series.
it was a bad print run, first off, a lot of damages, but very low. Dude, love that. I've always loved that cover, man.
These are extremely different. There's another one. It's like the issue after it. It's all red. It's like Venom's point of view jumping at Spider-Man. That one's rare as shit too.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that one, man. Love that one. Oh, dude. So
that's it right there. I just got that one yesterday.
Amazing cover.
Amazing cover. That's a newsstand. Good shit, Jeremy.
Nice, bro.
We'll pull them back up, Gary.
That's a $200 book in a 9.8, by the way.
I might have found that book, guys.
Oh man,
I'm getting ready to show off all my J. Scott Campbell stuff. You ready? Go ahead.
Oh,
okay.
No.
Yeah, go off a barrage of shit so I can dig for a second.
I can't see it. I don't
Heard
know.
that earlier.
Yo, he's got Scott J. Campbell everything.
Man, dude, you 9.8 hero, bro. Good grief.
9.8 here.
Yeah, some gold.
That's a new. That's gonna be someone's new Graham now. 9.8 hero.
Yeah, that's a good one. Somebody take it. Go in here. Change your shit quick.
No more comics Nirvana. No, I'm playing. Too much fire for me, man.
Yeah,
bro. Yes, that one right there.
That's not a true believers, right?
No,
that's the OG. That's a good one.
I'm joking.
I do have one of those true believers ones.
I love that. No, man, that's a really hard book to get in that grade, and yours is signed. Good grief.
Look at this, bro.
Dude.
Oh wow.
Look at
all kinds of
I got it.
Look at that old crane. Look at that. The remark.
Damn. That is
Keep it up, Jeb.
That's a tough one to find. I don't know if I showed that one. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Coming back to you, Matt. Coming back to you.
Yeah.
I know Brent.
Hey, like I said, you guys hold books up. I'll flash the screen.
Yeah. Dude, yes. Oh my goodness, bro.
Oh yeah.
You're bringing me back, man. Oh, there's the one.
Oh.
That thing's huge.
That's
Matt.
McFarlane.
That is
awesome.
beautiful. Look at this.
That one.
Look at this. I don't know if you guys get it. Oh, that is incredible.
This connecting Campbell on my stand. Wow. This Campbell, like, it didn't have a low print, but it sold out. It was one of the first variants that Midtown's ever done that sold out in seconds because it's Scott Campbell. And it looks great. Yeah, dude. That was a cool series, man.
Yeah.
Rune vs. Venom, that was a cool series.
That was pretty cool. This is another, it seems to be kind of tough book to find.
Oh,
that's a good one.
Very, very tough one. Anything that in this series, anything that Marcos Martin did, even the cover A's, all have lower prints than anything else. I actually don't know why either. The only thing I could chalk it up to was either paper or distribution. There was some kind of failure in that infrastructure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Horrible. They're notorious for print
got that, but I love this cover.
I love it.
Hold on a second. I'm coming to you, Jebby. But yeah, notorious for print defects. Oh yeah, Alex Ross.
One of my favorite one.
Yes,
I see you, Gary.
Great.
I see you,
That's
Gary.
Ross.
Can't go wrong with Ross, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one's dope too.
Ross, man. I don't think Alex Ross is even human.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Nah, he's literally a printer.
That's some Crane classic right there.
Yeah, it is.
Triple sign.
That one's rare.
I saw
Second
Epicology had that up, and I was like, man, I wonder if he would trade me. I would love to get a signed one. That'd be cool.
I can't believe that sleeper ended up in Walmart packs.
Ooh.
Look at this.
Ooh, my goodness.
How'd you get
That's
that 9-6?
disgusting. You're so
Who'd you
grody.
Who'd you get that 9-6 from?
You had to point that out. I love it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Joseph.
Love you, baby.
Yeah.
This one
Yeah.
I heard is super low print, Brent, and I actually had a shop owner that I won't name blow me up after I posted it. Like, yo, I'll pay you $30. That one's going to blow up. Let me get it from you. That needs to be triple signed, blah, 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 blah. Like, he couldn't find one, didn't have one, and I guess eBay wanted more. And I was just like, nah, I'm going to keep it. I kind of like it.
So I don't know much about Spawn, to be honest with you. So I don't know if it has a true low print, but if it does, just a suggestion. Send that to Todd whenever he has a signing. Have him have color Spawn or color just Spawn and nothing.
Yeah, there it is, Gary.
And
there
then
it is.
sign it. And dude, you'll really have something that nobody else has, because he's really good at coloring. Actually,
that will be kind of interesting. But man,
I had Sinclair do some stuff, color some stuff. Oh, I love that Del Auto cover, man. The 150 variant, bro.
Is this sensory overload for you right now, Brent?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
this is usually how it goes. All these episodes break out into this.
I know most of them. I don't know that one actually. Symbiote Spider-Man. I'm not familiar with this cover or this issue.
I think that's an exclusive, isn't it, Katie?
I think so.
Katie,
I think that one was an exclusive. I have that one too.
I think it is an exclusive.
Ramos.
The other side's, the other side's
I think
Mysterio.
it was like a Comic-Con.
Some art germ for you.
Oh, that Virgin one, yeah.
Oh shit! What we got here?
That's awesome.
Ooh,
there's your scream for you, Jeb.
Yeah, buddy.
And then this is that 1 in 500. But yeah, art germ did both these for me.
Scream for me.
Awesome, man. I have the trade signed by Art Germ for the Absolute Carnage one on the right.
What a cover. Amazing cover.
So sick. Awesome.
Yeah.
I got to get running, man. I wanted to go
yes,
do this.
Sir.
I've actually got a bill too, brother, and I don't want to.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
No, it's actually the end of the episode, and it's funny because now we got 10 viewers, and now Katie's back. But hey, look, guys.
Yo.
Thank you all for tuning in. Everyone that won the giveaways tonight, be sure to contact Brent. You can see his information in the description below. Comics Nirvana on Instagram. Also contact me. I do have Barry's information. He is a good friend of mine. And I also do have Tristan's information. He is a good friend of mine too. So we will get that all wrapped up. Brent, thank you very much for doing it. That was really cool. I really appreciate it.
Seriously.
Once again,
Nice to meet you, sir.
I want to give a shout out to No More Mutants on Instagram for the reposts. I definitely appreciate it. This was a pretty cool episode. This is the most people I've had on, and it turned into a literal sensory overload of just Venom comics at the end here, and I love every second of it. We do this every time. And Brent, if you ever want to come back on, we can probably switch the subject up, man. I don't know if you guys, Jebby, saw earlier this Todd McFarlane Flame Carrot Man or whatever.
Yo, Flaming Carrot is old school.
That was so cool to see.
That's right up there with Madman comics.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I
There
know.
it
I saw
is.
that. I was in love with that, Brent.
Look at this. Todd McFarlane, Ninja Turtles. And what year was this? Do you know off top?
90s. That's early 90s.
I thought it was like 88 or 89. You might be right. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to tell you right now.
What does it say?
Breaking.
It was
90.
84.
Ah,
Ooh, that's the year I was born.
man,
Very nice.
That was way off.
Very cool.
I'm sorry, 87.
Oh. Yep.
87.
All right.
I remember.
That,
I
will
remember
not.
seeing that cover, and I remember seeing Flaming Carrot quite a bit at my local comic shop. So that was right up there with Madman. I really
This
loved
was,
that.
these comics, and I'm just going to a little caveat here before we end. If that's cool.
Yep.
Joseph.
But anybody, if you need to jump, Jeremy, if you got to jump, feel free, man.
You think of cartoons like Ren and Stimpy?
Yeah.
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 The humor and stuff spawned from books like this.
Yo,
That
hey.
crazy humor, it spawned from books like this. And Ren and Stimpy, you know, I use them because they paved the way for Simpsons and
Brent.
Family Guy and et cetera, et cetera.
Brent, Duckman.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Duckman. Yo, shout out Duckman. That was the best cartoon series ever.
What? And most people don't know that though. They don't know. Of course, I was born in '82, so I was a kid. I didn't freaking know that, you know. But I put two and two together at some point in the '90s or early 2000s. But I was telling Joseph, I only bought this cover because I grew up with TMNT, love TMNT, and I like McFarlane. And you're only going to know about this cover for those very two reasons. If you like, nobody's going out and busting them doors down like, where's Carrot Comics at? Nobody gives a crap about this series. No. But they care about, that's right, Duckman. Yeah, they care about TMNT and they care about McFarlane.
Yo.
And that's definitely good. Is that a newsstand? No way.
Yes, it is. Wow.
Dude, I didn't know they made that in the newsstands.
No.
Plethora of information has been bestowed upon all of us.
Yo, Katie comes out with the silent but deadly.
If you want to talk X-Men, if you want to talk anything X-Men next round, dude, man.
Oh, maybe just got Ashley's attention now.
We'll do a Venomized X-Men cover show off, but in reality, I'll just let you guys go off about the X-Men stories, and, slide in some actual Venom or X-Men covers and stuff. We'll do it, man.
Dude, I'll blow minds with it. I mean, that's I love Venom, I do, and I love that you've developed this atmosphere for Venom and symbiotes. It's freaking cool, man. And when I think of Venom and collectors, I think of you and everybody else that's involved.
When I think of X-Men, I think of you because I see the shit that you post up on Instagram, and it's insane.
Yeah.
You and Dan Atlas.
Dan the man, that's my boy. I love X-Men, man. I love it. And they're about to have their day, so it's about to be on. Like, it's going to be on, man.
Mm-hmm.
On.
Oh, yeah.
So you let me know when you want to do that, and it's going down. I'm gonna bring some heat to give away, like real heat to give away. I might even give away like a 1/0 of issue 101 or something. I'll give away some big heat, man.
I was disappointed. Nobody cared about Omega Wolverine this week. I was like, that is so awesome.
Yeah,
it was so cool,
man.
There was not one person gave two shits about Omega Wolverine's first appearance this week. And I'm just like, mind's blown.
You want let me blow your mind real quick.
But I'm like one thing at this point.
Before I go, let me blow your mind real quick. And some of you may know or may not know. I would argue to say you probably don't know, and it's 1000% not an insult. I like to build up, never tear down. But Ultimate X-Men issue 75. Does anybody know what's special about that issue?
Ultimate X-Men.
I can't think of what it is.
It's the first appearance of Logan as Cable. Logan is Cable.
Oh, that's interesting.
Also a Michael Turner cover that has Cable on it. So, read the issue because it's freaking like Hickman was writing. So lots of lots of grab some tissues. Lots of it's and tissues aren't for the tears, by the way. It'll blow your mind on so many different levels, man. Like, yes, that's the first Cable, but it's Logan and he's Cable. Different timelines. Talking about multiverse.
Love that.
Yeah.
Things to think about. So,
okay.
It can be a really fun episode, man, because the way I spec is I've realized it's different. I've always also spec on off of video games. Like, and I was just one more thing, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. They introduced characters like Iron Fist and Doctor Strange before nobody gave a crap about them, coming from Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which was just like the ultimate masterpiece where they had Cable and Gambit and everybody else that everybody wanted. They didn't get that in 3. They had these other characters, Taskmaster. Well, what did they end up doing? Netflix series Iron Fist. They base so Marvel has a way of incorporating these characters because the guy that's playing the video games, he's
Nice.
also reading the comic books. So it's a good way to draw that attachment. Yes, man. So that came with the action figure or the Marvel exclusive or whatever that was. You had to get that book.
Yes, it did.
Marvel
Yes,
Unlimited.
Look at these over there.
The Venom Punisher of Marvel Legends, whatever.
Here we go. Look at this.
That's
I've never
nuts.
seen that. I've never
That's
seen that.
nuts.
So I will say
Don't
my
make fun of my
knowledge-
shitty phone.
No, man.
It looks clear. It came through clear.
My-
Crazy.
My knowledge on X-Men will rival the best, and I'll go up against the best when it comes to that, man. But it's because I have read most of it, and the stuff that counts, man. Of course, anything
Yeah.
Claremont, anything Hickman, I read it.
Well, hey,
probably more than once.
we're
Yeah,
approaching
it's-
almost a 3-hour mark. Jeremy's still here. He's holding on like a champion. I told you, bro. You could jump.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I got to run too, though. So
All right.
I'm just
Right,
trying
right.
to absorb so much knowledge, man. Brent, you keep
Brent,
going
I
off
know.
on here.
This could go for hours. Like
Nice
we
to
could
meet
take
you,
like a 30-minute break, and then come back. Like this could go on for
Till
hours.
4
Like,
a.m.
on the next episode, I'm going to Gordon Ramsay cook some fillets while we're having this
Dude.
conversation. Might even do a beer for everybody. I don't know.
I would be all about it. Look, speaking of that Punisher cover, let's bring it up one more
Yes,
time.
sir.
Ooh.
Gary,
9.8.
fantastic.
Of course, should have known.
Ooh.
I've
That's
never
awesome.
even seen a grenade in
We're
that.
here.
That note.
Heater.
Nope.
Uh-oh, you're bringing some more. Gary ain't done.
No,
Gary
no,
ain't
I
done.
just had the last two, and I'll leave you alone. I promise.
Oh man, don't ever leave me alone, man. Keep it coming.
I had to get
Love
this
you,
one
kid.
done. This one is double signed by Kirkham and Sandoval.
Kirkham?
Very nice.
Oh, love it.
Sandoval did the interior.
This one, quad signed.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There we go.
That is beautiful.
Beautiful book.
And senior
Beautiful
headband.
book.
At a
My thought
9.8.
on the foreign books. My thought on the foreign books is they're freaking awesome and very, very hard to obtain. If you're looking for a 9.8 and you live in the U.S., good luck. But yeah, those are beautiful. Those are beautiful. But hey, let's fucking go. Let's sign off. It is 2 hours, 51 minutes. Jeremy's about to piss his pants. I'm about to piss my pants. We're about to have a piss
I
party.
am too,
Everyone-
actually. I am
We're drinking all night. What is this?
I drank Corona, so I will be. I'm fine for the next 6 hours.
You might have some kidney stones. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, hey, if any of you all want to keep,
some good beer.
Been there. It hurts.
hell yeah. I've
Alright,
actually
guys.
got some more
I'll
on my
reach out.
way, thanks to
I'll
you.
reach out to you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Please do.
Definitely, everyone
I'll
connect.
reach out to you
Everyone,
tomorrow, Brent.
all right,
He's
yeah,
out.
Okay,
everyone
well,
connect.
All right.
All right, I didn't know what was happening there. The screen started moving around. But hey, if you're willing to hang around, if you're trying to hang out after this, after we go live, except for Brian, I know you're busy. Stay tuned. But all right, guys, we're ending this. Thanks for your time, everybody. Good night.